Very good running style. Very good running style.
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey. Why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this BA Day, September 30th, 2025. This program begins now.
Football!
Love that. That's 47-year football coach, multiple-time Super Bowl champion, absolute stud, ladies and gentlemen, our Coach BA.
Yay.
Coach, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. The shirt is electrifying. No risk it, no biscuit. And today, it's BS or no bullshit as well. Thank you for joining us. We love you, man.
It's my pleasure, brother. It's the most fun I have all week.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. That will continue today. There's a lot to talk about in the football world. 2 Monday Night Football games last night. Congrats to the Dolphins.
Wow. All the way back.
Now, granted, they lose Tyreek Hill, who is obviously a unicorn. His explosiveness, his ability to get open, everything he does on a football field, only Tyreek Hill can do. And we all remember, obviously, the incredibly glorious days where he was the number one player in the entire NFL. Now, towards the back half of last season, and then obviously to begin this season, it didn't feel as if it was the same Tyreek Hill in Miami. But last night, I will say, before the game started, this is the first time he has not been voted captain for the Miami Dolphins. Before the game started last night, they had to circle, around the warm. And Tyreek was in the middle of it leading it. And he was actually punching people's chests. Mm-hmm. He looked like he was incredibly pumped up. It's like, oh, wait, is Tyreek Hill all the way back invested and all the way back in with this Miami Dolphins team? Look at this. That team likes that guy.
Yeah.
That is not a team that hates that guy right there from what I am watching here. And I thought that was a wonderful thing. Thought he was going to have a huge night. Instead, it's the night where we witness him have a absolutely gruesome knee injury that they wouldn't even re-show, even though some people captured it and posted it on the internet, and it was kind of maybe force-fed. Nasty knee injury, obviously a dislocation, some ligaments torn. This is one of those ones that they talk about in being a devastating injury to, recovery, career, everything, you name it. So we would like to let Tyreek Hill know that everything he's done for football up until this point, we thank him for. Hey, you were electrifying, brother. Hey. It's going to be a long road back, and recovery and rehab for this is going to suck. This is going to be a very painful experience, obviously, and with how explosive he is, how will they get it back to that? I have no idea. But Tyreek on football, hey, we appreciate what you did. Now, punters are going to and have been, sleeping a little bit more sound since he stopped being a punt returner, which is certainly good news. But the game will miss you on the field. And also, if this Miami Dolphins team is about to be good, and Darren Waller is about to be another very viable threat. If you got a tight end who's good in the middle of the field, you know what that does for the people that are outside there. You know what that does for Tyreek Hill potentially. Obviously, he will not be there, but just thinking about how bummed out we are that Tyreek gets hurt, all of a sudden this Miami Dolphins offense goes back to potentially being the one that we had read about, talked about, and heard about whenever McDaniel was brought in. They were hanging 70 points on the Denver Broncos, which we will certainly talk about in just a matter of moments as they expose what the Bengals for what maybe the Bengals actually are, which was a tough day. 28-3. The Broncos just beat the hell out of the Bengals, and it was ugly. I mean, it was absolutely ugly. But this Miami Dolphins team, let's go to 9-year NFL vet, raised in South Florida. Miami Dolphins fan is his first team that he loved. Darius J. Butler, Darren Waller, top play. Hey, I mean, he is all the way back.
Beam on me.
Yeah, what a debut.
I mean, Gunt was all over it. He was saying it from the moment he walked in the building yesterday. Waller in the paint tonight. He showed up. Tua hasn't had a target like that since he's been the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, especially down in the red area. You would have loved to see him in the middle, like you said, with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle on the outside. Unfortunately, we won't have that. And this kind of game reminded me of what BA used to tell us all the time. Hey, it's going to be a 5-star game. Prime time, back against the wall. Tyreek is obviously one of their 5 stars, and he started in the middle of the huddle pregame, getting the boys hyped up. He looked like he was off to a great start. Even when he went down, he made an unbelievable catch. So it's unfortunate he'll be out. But Dolphins still got a chance to piece some games together. They can be competitive in the AFC East after the Buffalo Bills, obviously, but it was a tough. That kind of takes the wind out of yourselves if you are on that team, if you're on that roster, because when you talk about long term, maybe potentially making the playoffs and missing one of your best players, one of the best players in the NFL when he's healthy, that'll be tough. But hopefully they can continue to fight and make something out of this season.
Darren Waller was on the hands team. Guy hasn't played in years.
Yeah,
and they had him on the hands team. That's how much confidence they had in Darren Waller. I think them rolling him out here this deep into the season, I think it was good. Get him completely comfortable, get him completely into game shape. He took over. He was exactly the Darren Waller that we fell in love with on the football field that was stealing the show with the Raiders. And whenever he was over there with Gruden, him and Gruden obviously very tight, he was maybe the best player in all of football. Then he goes over to the Giants. It doesn't work out. Obviously, things don't go the way that anybody thinks. And I think he was going through some shit potentially. We all heard about and learned about that. So whenever he signs with the Dolphins, Gumpy's at first, he's like, oh, great, we get rid of Jonnu and we bring in Darren Waller, That's what Gumpy's reaction is as Miami Dolphins fan. Then he starts seeing Darren Waller and he starts talking a little bit. Then he starts watching some highlights. And all of a sudden, Gumpy, 10 days ago, is like, Darren Waller is back on Monday night. Like he called this like literally 10 days in advance. There's no way you thought it was going to work out this well. Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn, Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino, a man who has rode alongside this Dolphins team. Almost gave up on them.
Yeah.
Close.
Almost.
Had the order, had the NFL hat in the shopping cart,
He
if
was
you will.
in the cart. Proceed to checkout. They added another thing for. Are you sure you want to do it? He said, I just want to buy this thing.
Yeah.
And these apps are going. Oh, you sure you don't want to juice with this? No, I want to fucking proceed to checkout. Just let me do it. Are you sure you don't want to buy? I'm about done with that. Okay.
Yeah.
You already got us buying
Yeah.
online.
I know what I want.
Okay. I have the shopping cart. I don't need 45 of other things.
I'm not a robot.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a human
Okay.
going through this.
I know what a motorcycle looks like.
I've made exactly.
I'm sick of the bridges. I'm sick of the stoplights.
Yeah,
I know.
Exactly. That is how I feel with these apps. But nonetheless, he had the NFL hat just sitting in that shopping cart. All he needed to do was go down to that part of the app and then proceed to checkout. And they would ask him 45 questions about something else. You get some NFL pants if you want, maybe some NFL sandals, maybe some of the, do you want milk? We can get you some fucking milk alongside.
The groceries?
And just go ask that. But Gumpy was this close. Then they sent him that jacket.
Exactly.
And then he put the dark uni on.
Yep, the dark waters.
The dark waters.
Unreal. Yeah.
And he was walking around this Thunderdome after hours last night, just peacock. I mean, he was. And then they were showing Tua, and then Tyreek's headbutt started happening. Then Darren Waller's running, and Gumpy's like, here we go, boys. Did it work out? Obviously, the Tyreek Hill thing is just such a bummer. That's very Dolphins, it feels like, just for the Dolphins fans to experience one great thing and then something devastating happens on the other side. We apologize about that. But the Darren Waller Miami Dolphins era has begun. Is this going to save your season, Gumpy?
It's really our only hope. He looked unbelievable last night. And the defense, too. You talk about the defense let up a bunch of yards. I get it. But big plays by Jack Jones, Rasul Douglas. That's the secondary everybody was worried about. They made massive plays. And Tyreek injury, obviously devastating. But it's time for Jalen Waddle to step up and be that number one. He's a top 10 pick. He's been paid like that, and it's time for him to take over as wide receiver one for the Fins.
Yeah, we need to see a lot of
A lot of Waddle.
And the AFC East, obviously, Buffalo Bills world. Then you got the Patriots over there. Everybody thinks Drake May's a guy.
Hopefully.
And then the Jets, I think everybody's lost a little bit of hope. They ran that thing 60 straight times.
They did.
I mean, I don't know if that was the actual number, but there was 2 pass attempts in the first 7 hours of that game, it felt like. I put my baby girl up to bed. That's a little bit of a time. Mm-hmm. Came back down. Game had started pretty good. Then I go up there, come back down. And I hear Chris Fowler go, that was his second pass attempt. And I look down, I'm like, damn, they are just 2 fumbles, obviously, out of the gates, 1 on the half-yard line, and then Justin Fields has the other one. But the Jets, they're paying $20 million a year for Justin Fields. I don't know if anybody has hope in the Jets this year. Let's go to Boston Connor, AFC East fan from birth up there. Jets dead? How do we feel about the Jets?
I mean, I think you should just feel about the Jets as, like, until they change their colors, move their team, they're never going to win anything.
Name too.
Yeah, name. Sure, maybe they do become the first team that has a New Jersey in their name that actually plays in New Jersey. It's just never going to be one of those things with the Jets that you think they're going to go until they prove it to you. Like, they really never do. Typically, and it sucks with what happened to Braylon Allen, too, who got hurt, but typically that is kind of their MO. They have terrible things happen, show a lot of fight, because they did. I mean, Justin Fields, his 43-yard touchdown was so sick. Like, the way he rolls all the way right, turns around, sprints back around, weaving in and out of people, touchdown, like electrifying football. But I don't think anybody in the NFL who's competing for a Super Bowl will ever take the Jets seriously until there is some sort of, like, hey, they're building something. Like, there hasn't been any of that for so long.
All right, let's go to the next game. Broncos hosting the Bengals, though, and kicked off at 8:15. And, Broncos, really good team.
Yeah.
Broncos, really good team. The other team might not be really good. Now, obviously, they don't have their quarterback, their franchise quarterback. They have their backup quarterback. He obviously had some successful football last year, but so did Bo Nix. And this Broncos team obviously loses to a really good Indianapolis Colts team. Okay, so a lot of people, I think, just kind of lost faith in them. A lot of hype coming into the season. Wait to the Broncos. They beat the hell out of the Bengals last night. Coach B.A., what are your thoughts on this game? And is this Broncos defense for real like everybody thought it was at the beginning of the year?
No, I don't think there's any doubt about the Broncos defense, but the Bengals, they spend a lot of money on wide receivers. They might want to try to invest something in the offensive line.
Oh, really?
I mean, 3-man rush, sacks. it doesn't matter if Joe Burrow's out there or not, because Joe wasn't going to get shit off either.
Okay, so let's talk about what you just said there about paying your wide receivers and paying your quarterback and get a deal done with Trey Hendrickson where he gets
30 or $50.
an extra 7. I think it was $12 million.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I knew it was something.
Yeah, it was something, but they dragged that entire thing out this entire offseason. We had a conversation on this show with a lot of football people. We said, hey, since the beginning of football, the way they're building their roster, can you win like that? Especially with what the Eagles just did. You know, like what the Eagles did, usually what the Super Bowl champion is an indicator of what, like, probably the game is, or at least it's going to be. It's just like in basketball. I think whenever Steph was on top, everybody was trying to kind of follow that particular path. Right now, it feels like you need trenches. Like, you need trenches bad right now. Maybe not as much 5-10 years ago, even though you still need to protect, but the way the game was set up, the way it was structured, the trenches weren't like the determiner on whether or not you win or lose. Right now, it feels like trenches are back to being like the number one thing that's deciding whether or not a team is good or a team is bad. And it's like the Bengals last night obviously looked horrendous on the offensive line, but there was no effort. And on that note, there's been a lot of moves that they've made to that offensive line.
A lot of moves.
Connor, whenever you ask Hembo, you say, hey, Hembo, how many offensive linemen have they tried to bring in and it not work? He rattled off a bunch of names. This Bengals offensive line has been a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, it has been for a long time. Even on the run to the Super Bowl, I think Joe Burrow got sacked 11 times or something like
Yes.
that.
And 9 times.
In games, not total.
Yeah, in one game.
Yeah.
Against the Tennessee Titans, I think he got sacked like 11 times.
Yeah, it was like a record.
And then he got sacked like 9 times. And then in the Super Bowl, obviously it ends with Aaron Donald throwing him. If he had any time, he would have been, not saying anybody would have stopped Aaron Donald, but if he has a half a second more, he probably hits Jamar Chase. They might win the fucking Super Bowl. So protection has obviously always been a conversation. They've tried to make it better for their sake, I would say.
Yeah, big time. 2024, they drafted Amarius Mims. And again, a lot of these stats we don't know, but these are the stats that they're giving us, and qualified tackles, all that stuff. Amarius Mims, 66th among 72 qualified tackles in pass block win rate the last 2 seasons. That was 2024 draft pick. Orlando Brown, he's in the 3rd year of his 4-year contract. They paid him a lot of money. I think it was, between $60-70 million. He's 55th among 71 qualified tackles in pass block win rate. Again, I don't know. But still, Pro Bowler before he did make it to Cincinnati. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler with
Zeus.
KC. Yeah, exactly. He's a
Very
good player. But
There's a reason he got paid. He got brought in from Kansas City to protect Joe Burrow because they've never been able to have an offensive line.
Yeah, just for some reason, it just hasn't worked. La'el Collins, he signed a 3-year deal. He got cut after 1 season. He did get injured, though. Riley Reiff, he signed a 1-year contract. He ranked 64th out of 68 in qualified tackles that season in 2021. And then Kappa, who actually was really good from the Bucs. I believe he went over to the Bengals, and then he ended up retiring or going back to Tampa. Like, it just hasn't worked for them.
Okay, so what is it? Scheme system? Because doesn't Sean McVay, who has a similar system, have good offensive line or has the ability to turn over offensive line? Like, is there something to an offense not being good for protection? And does Taylor have an offense that nobody can protect for? Like, I don't, because we have good offensive linemen going over there, and it not working for whatever
And
reason.
every time this happens, everybody brings up, like, well, they could have drafted Penei Sewell instead of Jamar Chase. Every time.
Yeah, they seemingly have tried their best to add some offensive linemen at least. But is there a system potential? Is it coaches? Like, a lot of people, I think, want to know how we've gotten to this point.
Yeah, I think it's all the above. The system is the same one that everybody comes out with, Sean. And it's not working for a couple of those guys. And it's a couple of different spots right now because I think the NFL in general right now has a tackle problem. I mean, too many tackles getting hurt, first of all, and but there's so many great pass rushers. There's not enough great tackles to block them all, and you can't throw it fast enough. But when they beat you with a 3-man rush right off the bat, something's wrong.
Okay, so do you think the tackles, the size of the tackles, athletic tackles these days, potentially becoming tight ends? Because of where the game is with the necessity of some of these tight ends are monsters.
I mean,
Darnell Washington. Yeah, I mean,
he's a tackle.
Yeah,
he would be a tackle. I mean, we even talk about this because we were talking about Rushmore, which we'll certainly get into. Show is great. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning give their Mount Rushmores. It's available now at Rushmore on X. Full episode, 30 minutes, very digestible and good. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning share a lot of stories. Ari Emanuel is the host, and Ben Persky is the host. They basically all give their own Rushmores and reasons for why they have the top 4 at the receiver position, and then at the end they have to come down to just one Rushmore, and there is some real fire debate between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. It is a great episode, and then they just have more. Jimmy Iovine and Rick Rubin talking music. Al Michaels, Bob Costas talking about like the history of sports. You name it. There is everybody. Shaq and Reggie Miller are on here talking about dunkers and power forwards, and they're wide open. I don't know if they were boozing. I have no idea.
Yeah.
They're wide open on this thing, and they are definitely battling. And then Elon Musk is on this thing talking about video games, and I don't know shit about video games. Elon does.
He does.
I mean, and he is very, very invested. But the receivers, it turned into receivers and tight ends. The conversation basically, because Tom Brady was like, we can't make this without Gronk. Gronk he's the best receiver that I've ever. The way he talked about Randy Moss as well in there, and but the way he talked about Gronk, and you chatted about Gronk could be a tackle with his size, but he could also slim down and be a wide receiver with his athleticism. It's like a perfect tight end. Do we think some of the bigger guys are maybe going to defensive end because of the amount of money that's potentially coming, or to tight end? Is it like potentially one of those issues where we're losing the body types that are tackles to other things? Is that the problem? Or is it development and technique?
I think it's the development in college too, because you got to have some sand in your ass.
Yeah.
And you can't just be long. You got to be able to stop people from the bull rush. It starts with the bull rush. Then you got to be athletic enough to take all their moves on. And it's a very hard position to play. When you look at the draft a couple years ago when Tristan Wirfs came out, there were like 4 really good tackles. And they're like, hey, we're going to get one. And we made sure we went up and got Tristan Wirfs, and it changed our whole team. And so it's like there's a premium on those guys. For me, I can find a wide receiver in the 3rd round. I can find a running back in the 3rd round. You can't find a tackle very often that can handle the pass rushers we have to see now in the NFL.
TJ
in the
Miles,
in the 4th
Max
round.
Crosby.
I mean, that used to be, we'll get those guys later.
Michael.
All right, big, tough, strong guys, and they fly by your ass so fast you can't, it's like a swinging door. You know? But now if you're playing for some teams just want to pound, yeah, they're good. But you got to throw the ball to win.
Yeah, which is the Jets story there. I don't know if that style of football is ever going to win them a Super Bowl. And it was tough to watch, to be honest. I was very thankful.
So many penalties.
Yeah.
Turnovers.
Like a ridiculous amount of penalties.
Troy, I think in that was the other game.
Right.
Troy talked about it in the other game. He was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say here, but this is ass, basically, is what Troy said.
So, that's the right call. It's completely unnecessary. Like, we don't need to be throwing this flag.
It had nothing to do with the play. It always drove me nuts. Yeah, it was a penalty, but it had nothing to do with the outcome of the play. It was like 10 yards back here. It was a blindside block. It wasn't even a tough one. You know, just a little peel back block. Had nothing to do with the play. Put the damn thing in your pocket.
Yeah, like there's like a little hold potentially happening, but it's on the complete opposite side of it. It's like, are we going to stop this entire game for something that has nothing to do with the outcome of this game? And it's like DBs get stuff for holding backside plays whenever it's thrown the complete opposite
illegal
direction.
Contact 50 yards away from the play is terrible, but I thought the worst call in that game when it was still a game was the false start on Ted Karras. On the center.
The head leg.
Head, and then
he does that every snap with it.
Most
4th
centers,
down.
And I don't know if they're cracking down on centers in general because they had one in another game where it was like on the half-yard line and
it was the Packers game. Moved the ball up.
Moved the ball
Elton
up,
Jenkins,
which centers have been doing that forever. So I don't know if that's a point of emphasis on centers in particular, but that Ted Karras call was unbelievable.
Yeah, very aggressive call to make.
Yes.
Hey, I'm going to decide the game.
Like 4th and 2, early 4th, like that was huge.
He's only been doing that on every single play the whole game.
Yeah.
And also, that's a conversation with the refs, right? Before long snapper, our long snappers, Matt Overton and Justin, had to talk to the refs beforehand about their movement and the whole thing. I think centers had to do the same thing. I think AQ has had to talk to the refs because the refs, if they get a complaint from the other team, the ref comes and tells the center normally, like, hey, they said that your head bob's a little bit too violent or something like that. Like that conversation takes place. So to call it on a 4th, I mean, that is a wild thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's played through so many different eras, both in what you're allowed to do to try to draw people off sides. You remember back in the day, quarterbacks were allowed to go, hey!
Yeah.
Like, it was an entire, then they cracked down on you're not even allowed to move your hand in an aggressive way. Don't even think about moving your head forward. You got to stand exactly still. This man and I were drafted 221 picks apart. Okay. And boy, I will say from the beginning until now, there's vastly different levels to this shit for good reason. This guy is one of the greatest ball throwers of all time. He's a Super Bowl champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredibly handsome man who was in the super duper live forever tube. Training camp. Ladies and gentlemen, LA Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
on, guys? How we doing?
Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining us. We know it's a short week. Obviously, you guys just had a massive win over the Indianapolis Colts. Can you tell? Hey, we're a good team. Colts, good team.
Oh yeah, good football team. Good football team. Big physical football team.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Put it on the ticker. I do love hearing that. As watching that game, though, obviously, I thought to myself, the Rams are one of those teams you're trying to figure out if you're going to be able to win in the playoffs. You guys are that, especially because of everything that you've done. It feels like you've had a couple different eras of this Los Angeles Rams team. Why do you think you guys have maintained success, and why do you think your culture is kind of implemented in there so quickly, basically since you get to Los Angeles?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the success comes from continuity. We have enough coaches. It starts with Sean. He does an unbelievable job that guys come into the system, they know exactly what it's about. They know what they're going to do. And then I think our front office does a hell of a job about bringing in people that know what the Rams are all about. Hey, come in here, fit in, get in the locker room. Obviously learn our system, but learn what we're about as a team and how we go about our business. The older guys try to carry on that tradition, keep the guys understanding what it's all about, and then we go out there and play. I enjoy watching your squad. I enjoy watching you play because I don't know if I'm 38. How are you? 37? 37. Yep, 37. Okay. I don't know how you're still. I mean, brother, the shit you're, We're feeling pretty good still. I mean, I know you great ball throwers. I think I've heard Aaron talk about this. I assume there's been some baseball throwers. Like, I'll always be able to spin it. Do you feel that way? We talked to Josh Allen about that. And how have you been able to maintain your health and physical capabilities? Is it that trailer tube that you wanted? What was it?
The Immortal Chamber with an A.
I'm going to live. Immortal Chamber, that's right.
What are you doing? How is the body feeling? And you seemingly have only gotten better somehow throughout the entirety whenever Father Time's supposed to slow us down, brother.
No, I'm feeling good. Little touch and go during training camp, little back issue, but as far as being able to spin it, man, I feel really good. My body's been holding up, really good for the first 4 weeks of the season. The arm feels live. Still trying to make some things happen out there, throwing the rock to, the likes of Puka and Devontae. So it's been fun. It's been a good start, and just trying to keep it rolling, man.
Last question from me before the boys have some, and Coach BA's here as well. He's saying your praises all morning. I don't know if your ears were burning at that early-ass time of L.A., but let's talk about Devontae and Puka. Obviously, it's a great time to have Davante Adams on your team anytime if you're a quarterback. How about whenever you got a guy like Puka, who is maybe best wide receiver in NFL right now, and then you got Davante Adams as another option off of that? How have those two paired so well together for you? And can you tell us about Puka kind of developing into the guy, maybe in the entire league?
Yeah, I mean, they're both really talented players in their own right. Different, play styles. Puka, a big physical guy that, run after the catch player, does a nice job really in all phases. Devontae is an elite route runner, has been for forever. Ball skills, when the ball's in the air, the guy makes unbelievable body movements to catch it. I feel lucky and blessed to be the guy throwing him the rock. I think our coaches do a hell of a job dialing up stuff to, let those guys be successful in their own right. And then, I just got to pick and choose where the defense tells me to throw the rock, and they do the rest. So I'm a lucky one.
Knowing where to go has seemingly been your thing for a long time. Let me share some stats with you here, okay, from Hembo. Stats, guys, not always good for people that's life depends on how their stats look, okay? Mm-hmm. Kickers, punters, quarterbacks, pitchers, hitters, you name it. Not always great. These stats, you're going to enjoy hearing these. And you're going to have to take these complimentary stats and enjoy them and really digest them, okay? Don't be uncomfortable. Don't be awkward. First 4 games of a season. In 2012, with Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford, 29 receptions on 43 targets, 423 reception yards, 21 first downs.
Okay. Damn.
Okay. 2021 with Cooper Kupp. You remember these all of these throws, I assume. 30 receptions on 46 targets, 431 receiving yards, 18 first downs. Okay. 2025 with Puka Nacua. 42 receptions on 50 targets, 503 receiving yards, 26 first downs.
Jeez.
Johnson and Cooper Kupp wound up with the 2 largest yardage seasons in the history of the NFL.
Okay.
Which, this guy has. So, hey, you and Puka are on a historic rate right now, brother, and you've been with him the entire time. That has to feel pretty good. We love Oos over here.
Yeah, no doubt. It's pretty cool. He's a special player. Obviously had an unbelievable rookie campaign, set some records there, and then he's only built off of that. So just continue to try to find him when we can and let him do his thing, man. I'm I'm so happy to get to play with guys like that. They are special. You named 3 pretty unbelievable players right there, and so I was lucky enough to play with all of them.
Yeah, and I think all of them would say, we're lucky to have that tough son of a bitch, Georgia Bulldog from Texas as the ball spinner. On that note, being tough, we've seen you broken neck, I think, broken ribs, back.
Yeah. Threw a touchdown or like an 80-yard pass.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, please. I got a broken collarbone right now, actually. They're going to try to fix it during the timeout, but don't fucking touch me right now. D-Bud has a question about all of that.
Yeah, keep representing for the 09 class, making us proud. But you've been doing this for a long, long time. Pat talked about it earlier. And Sean McVay, his offense, he's put out so many head coaches. The offense has been trying to be stopped for a long time. How have the defenses kind of evolved throughout your career, especially when it comes to kind of slow you in this offense down?
Yeah, it's been a huge evolution. I mean, I think back to when I first got into the league, it was, Tampa 2. We're bringing just, old school smack and wham and playing 3 deep fire zone behind it. Then it kind of went to the Seattle 3 morph, when they were winning their Super Bowls and doing all that. Then Vic Fangio kind of came around and was doing a bunch of his stuff, catching things from depth. There's a bunch of great coordinators. As offense changes, defense catches up and vice versa. It's been a lot. It's kind of a fun challenge for me, to be honest with you, to try to remember what it was like back then and now what we're facing is a whole lot different. But it forces everybody to kind of keep up and change with the times, and it's been a whole lot of fun.
I think Drew Brees said, as you get older, you're just trying to keep your body up with your brain. And then when you're young, it's like you're trying to do the opposite. So when you talk about brain and you say you just rattled off a bunch of the defenses you faced, there's a cyclicality to football, it feels like. Are you pulling from early days right now whenever you're seeing some stuff or thinking of that? Is that happening to you before every single snap? Are you like, how do you?
Yeah, sometimes. Or if I'm watching tape during the week, I'm like, oh, you know what this reminds me of? This is kind of what so-and-so used to do, maybe out of a different front, or they run this, pressure off of a different front or something like that. So, yeah, I'm always talking about that, hey, where did this defensive coordinator come from? What tree is he in? Oh, he learned from him. This is the thing he might pull from the past. All that kind of stuff I'm sitting there wasting my time thinking about for sure.
Yeah, I love that. And dissecting the defense is what you old fucks can do. That is the entirety of it all, especially if you can still just, just so good. B.A., what'd you say earlier today?
He's the only guy I went out and watched warm up every time we played him. And just because I was amazed at the throws he could make in warm-ups.
I think I watched him and Kelly Moe up there in Detroit during warm-up. I think you guys hit the crossbar like 6 straight throws, alternating each other. It was like the dumbest display of ball throwing that I've ever seen. We ended up winning that game, though.
Hell yeah.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Still won.
That Andrew Luck 4th down scramble.
Yeah.
Oh, Donnie Avery.
We had so much fun in that building. That was a walk-off, brother. We went running up that tunnel. I didn't do shit. I had a great time. It was awesome. I'm sorry that happened to you. But it was a great night in Detroit for me. Yeah, that place was beautiful. On that note, throughout the history, go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Matt, unbelievable game winner on Sunday. Although it feels as though maybe B.A., Ty could have made that throw just because nobody was around.
Easy.
Was that the easiest game winner you've ever had? And then when you realize there's 10 men, or actually, did you realize there were 10 men? And if you did you kind of have to, hide yourself from smiling or realizing that, oh my gosh, the Colts just gave this game away?
Well, it was nice. It was nice of them to leave one off for me. I wasn't expecting that out of the timeout, but it really didn't affect that play because Tutu still had a guy on him. Tutu just ran an unbelievable route, and I said this, I think in a press conference after the game, but it's kind of like a clear out route. It's the 4th real really like progression read we're looking at, but in man, it kind of comes alive, and just happy for him. He's kind of had an up and down start to the season, but an unbelievable way to finish it, man. Just happy for Tutu.
I think I watched a mic'd up between Peyton Manning and Ray Lewis. And Peyton Manning was telling Ray that he only has 10 people on the field. It was red zone play. You only got 10, Ray. You only got 10. And then you see Ray's head start looking around, and then he calls a timeout. And then they actually did only have 10. Is there, and now obviously, what an interesting give and take by Peyton and Ray Lewis to have. Are you a chirper out there? How much are you, because you do get fiery. We see you get very fiery out there. Is there chatting from Matthew Stafford at the age of 37 still on the field?
I don't talk to the other team too much, but I wear the helmet, I wear the pads, I play on Sunday so that I can go act like an idiot and be crazy out there if we do something good or bad. I get the mic'd up sometimes sent to me the full uncut version, and it's some off the wall shit. So I'm happy that not all of it makes it to the airways, but I do have a lot of fun playing out there.
Shout out to the LA Digital and Social team and the NFL Films people looking out for all these years. NFL Films been looking out for guys for a long time. Yeah, it's going into a vault, but somebody's going to have access. Don't worry about it. I said a lot of terrible things about like my own coach there. It's gone. Don't worry about it. Are you sure? Because if anybody shows that to him, I'm out of a job.
Yeah.
I am sure of that. There's a lot of those things happening. Shout out to NFL Films. And I appreciate the fact that you're still human. Still love it, huh? Love it.
Oh, love it. Have a blast. It's a hell of a challenge, but I still love doing it.
Every day you wake up excited about ball. Is it like we're on the 16th hole, 15th hole? Just, hey, let's try to enjoy the hell out of these last, have you changed your mentality of who knows how many of these we have, or have you always been like that? Have you seen that through the progression of the years?
No, I think you always try to be that way, but it's obviously a little bit more evident at the moment. I mean, I got a lot of gray in this beard right here, so I don't know how much longer we'll be doing it, but I do enjoy the heck out of it, man. And I think, with experience, I gain perspective on how much I love this stuff, and really missing time in training camp, man, it just gutted me that I wasn't out there. So that's a good sign for me to know that I'm still loving what I'm doing.
We were worried about you. Everybody was, because it kind of was ominous. You were in that tube, and then you were out, and then you weren't practicing. You're supposed to practice, and you weren't practicing. Mm-hmm. Was there scary times in training camp? Was there worry?
Yeah, definitely. My clone's having a first, hell of a first.
That's wonderful to hear.
Good clone.
All right, so Matthew Stafford has the records with Calvin Johnson and Cooper Kupp. The clone version is about to have the record with Puka.
He's dealing to Puka right now.
Well, I'll tell you what. These teeth.
You're right.
Clean on these teeth. Let's talk about the Rams' turnover on the other side of the ball. It has to be fun to watch. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Matt, when you guys get rolling, I think everyone understands what your offense is capable of. And last year, right before you went on your big run, the kind of talking point was like, well, is this defense going to be able to get there because it's so young? And then obviously Jared Verse comes out of nowhere, finishes the year incredible. What has it been like watching the development of that defense over the past year to where they're at now?
It's been awesome. A bunch of young guys, a couple key veterans in some spots that have really helped solidify it. They were outstanding on Sunday. They've done a hell of a job against the run so far this year. And then when the ball's in the air, those guys in the back end are making plays on it. Cam Curl with 2 picks is, what more can you ask for if you're the quarterback? So it was awesome. It's fun to watch them. It's hell to practice against them, to be honest with you. Our front is rushing like crazy. So it's a lot of fun to sit on the sideline and have a ton of confidence in the dudes that are out there. Going out there and making a play.
They hunt, man.
Yeah.
They really do. It is you're a fun team to watch, just in general. I think it's perfect for Los Angeles. Last question here comes from BA.
Yeah, Matt, the division right now, nobody's got a losing record. I mean, it looks like the toughest division in football. Where is the toughest place for you to go play personally in the division?
Seattle traditionally, they've just done a hell of a job with their crowd. San Francisco, is tough as well. Those two, are the biggest two challenges.
Jeez.
Arizona.
Only one left.
Yeah, you gotta say. If you're
Arizona's
gonna get
obviously tough.
You're gonna have to say that.
They're there, sure.
Well, no, it's true. I mean, you look at us. We went there and laid an egg last year at Arizona, so they're a tough place to play too. So it's all three. BA, you're right, man. To me, it feels like the best division in football. Quarterbacks playing at a high level. Defenses are playing really good. It's tough football out there in the NFC West right now.
How about favorite place you've ever played? Can't be Detroit, can't be SoFi, can't be Athens.
Lambeau's my favorite spot. I love Lambeau, the tradition, you walk out that little tiny tunnel, feel like, Bart Starr walked out that tunnel. I mean, it's an awesome feel. And I love the history of the game, and you feel like you're a part of it when you play there. We appreciate you joining us. Good luck the rest of the way, and hold it down for the old guys.
Hell yeah.
Hold it down. You look great. You're spinning it.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl champion Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
Thursday night football. 49ers versus the Rams. Rams favored by 5.5. Brock Purdy.
Yeah, why is he on the graphic? Is he definitely playing? Or?
Whoa. 200-some million. $200-some million.
Just wondering.
Toe is hurting. Short week. Sore toe.
Could get him a 2 weeks break. Could get him potentially 2 week break.
You better play, Brock. After that stinker.
We love Brock.
Got to get out there and play.
BA.
You got to be out there, baby. You got to be out there. It's all
Now-
about availability.
Yes, it is. The greatest ability is availability.
it is.
That game is awesome for
Yes.
Thursday Night Football.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
And the Los Angeles Rams, exciting brand of football. Like, always going to be seemingly technically sound. Okay, Sean McVay's literally running routes with them out there. He's a good ball coach, right? It feels like Sean McVay, not just obviously incredibly handsome, good talker, fast talker, and everything like that. Substance-wise, as a coach, he's a great coach. Like that doesn't really get talked about much with Sean, I think, because he's so young and he looks like he's 12. They're always good, it feels.
Yeah, when you look at that lineage where he came from, through the Shanahan system and all the people he's been with, he got great background in his coaching ability and his knowledge, and he knows how to teach it. He knows how to teach it, and he brings a lot of enthusiasm to his guys.
I like it.
That's the thing you see most. Like, because in the league, you got to coach with intellect, number one. Like, we got to know, we can trust you that you're going to put us in good positions. But it seems like he has the intellect, he has the energy, and, like, he can communicate. Like, he can get what he wants across to the team, set their vibe. They always look like they come ready to play. You talked about the defense, so it's going on both sides of the ball. And you talked about not only the coaching tree he's come from, but the coaching tree that he's already put out there, and being so young in his career, so many head coaches out there running some form of his offense.
On that note, just got a text from Orlovsky. He said, what Zach Taylor's running is very different than Sean McVay now at this stage. And yes, I think the system hurts the offensive line, if you were wondering, unsolicited.
Okay.
Is what Dan Orlovsky.
He don't know.
So much run game in McVay and the Rams. I think Kyrie Williams had like over 300 carries last week. So some of his personnel and Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford, both phenomenal quarterbacks. Different though.
I saw it at the very end. We should have thanked him for it. Did you see the drawing he had of me up there?
Yeah, in the top right for us, but
What's it? Artemis?
I forget what the name is. They always do something zany, right?
Yeah, they are a zany bunch.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Love that. Good energy.
Stafford.
So good.
He's a ball player.
I think that was old CBA. That was old CBA. Would have been a good time to be a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Who
Who was the last one?
I think it was like 50.
Was it Bradford?
yeah,
Bradford.
yep.
That lucky SOB.
Year before Cam, I think Cam was the first of the new CBA.
Oh, jeez, Cam. So sorry. That's
I mean, it was vastly different.
And he didn't
times.
get NIL.
Yeah, it was vast. Well,
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
It wasn't called NAL back then.
Okay.
he deserved
SEC
it.
football.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
what it was called.
Just to be clear, deserved it.
Without a doubt.
Every penny.
Absolutely deserved it. Okay, let's get to if it happened.
Legend.
Man, that Under Armour deal was so awesome, though.
Those high cleats.
I bought Under Armour because Cam
Without a
blew it out. If it's good for that's maybe the most athletically gifted person I've ever seen in my life with these eyes. if Under Armour is good for him, it's good for me. I think it was a good business decision. Whoever made said business decisions, whenever made said business decisions. People forget about Cam Newton. I think that is happening. He was unbelievable. Even the JUCO days where he's freestyling in front of the entire team. It's like this dude has always been front man, legitimately. He's got interesting hats, I will say.
He does. Look at the roster he was on at Auburn and how many guys played in the NFL when they won the national championship.
And then people would say, look at everything else.
Yeah, look at the
was in
Panthers.
NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Cam was special talent. Now, on that note, that's no BS. It is time for one of our favorite segments of the week, BS or No BS with BS. Okay, we're going to say a statement that has been made by somebody somewhere, and we've seen it. It's not us saying it.
No.
Just like the "pull you blow it" column.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bingo.
That was somebody else.
It was everywhere on the internet. I couldn't stop watching.
We're trying to figure out whether or not it's BS or no BS. All right, here's the first one. The Bengals might be dead. So a lot of people are saying, after last night, especially no Joe Burrow here for the foreseeable future, no protection of quarterback anyways. If Joe Burrow's in there, inevitable almost for him not to be playing this season. Seemingly a reoccurring thought. They gave a lot of money to 2 wide receivers. Trey Hendrickson's still not happy, not around long term, and they just got their asses beat on prime time. So the statement is the Bengals might be dead. Is that BS or no BS, BA?
That's no BS because they can't block anybody.
Okay.
And right now they can't stamp anybody. I mean, it's amazing to me that is a very talented football team, and Jake Browning's had games But even he didn't have a chance to back foot last night a few times, and they're all over him. So if they don't get a running game, they're going to kill him.
Okay, so the DC leaves, obviously Lou Anarumo. There's all the drama in the offseason about the deals that still haven't really been figured out going into this offseason. Trey Hendrickson most specifically. Are they going to think about being sellers, you think, this year? Would the goal be here to punt on a year if you're the Cincinnati Bengals? Like, what do you think their mindset is? If they are, in fact, no bullshit, dead at this point.
No, I think they're going to go fight every week, you know. I mean, you're never going to give up in this league. And, you know, Zach's going to be fighting for his job again. And, you know, that defense, they got to have some more pride about them.
D-Butt, you think they're dead?
Yeah, definitely dead. And
no BS.
Historically bad run game, too. I don't even know the exact numbers, but Chase Brown, and he had a decent year last year, but no run game. So you talk about, you know, coming from that McVay tree, you got to have run game. You got to have play action. I don't care how talented your receivers are on the outside. You can't be a drop-back passing offense, especially with your backup quarterback.
So everybody here with football brain says you're dead. We just saw them.
We built the team. In the offseason, now you have an MVP caliber quarterback. He can cover up a lot of that shit. When you don't, shit can get ugly real quick.
And it has. And we all had to watch it last year.
Yeah. Never again. Like, let's do that right now.
But aren't they?
Yeah, they're
probably.
They are.
They are on Thanksgiving. Change it right now.
What?
Change it right now.
I think the Cincinnati Bengals are scheduled for prime time. Thanksgiving.
Can't have it.
No, can't.
That's a lot of eyes. Now, we had the Lions for a long time on Thanksgiving.
True. Yes, we did.
At noon.
Yeah, you're right. It kicked off the day.
And you can eat the tradition part of that because that was part of it. It's like, hey, you wake up, you're going to have Thanksgiving lunch with your family, you're going to watch the Lions get their asses kicked.
No, they always put up a good fight. It was just devastating.
Yes, that's
it's sold out.
It's a part of tradition to watch them lose.
Exactly. We can't just be throwing in the Bengals because why not? Okay, especially, and again, I said it yesterday. This is not Jake Browning's fault. Okay, I mean, you see it last night, but we don't need to be watching them on Thanksgiving night. Okay,
especially because we're all going to be a little tired.
Exactly.
At that point, we won't watch good ball. That kind of carries us through. That kicks off the entire holiday season. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to be tasked with kicking off our holiday season.
Not on my watch.
And they're going to have a lot more primetime games because Joe Burrow's so freaking cool and Jamar Chase has so many cool dance moves. I hate the Bengals, dude. This sucks. Like, genuinely sucks. And he mentioned...
Why do you hate the Bengals? They got a lot of cool stuff.
This whole offseason, we talk, I hate them. Can't even go into how much they suck. They probably have 4 more primetime games. But to what Pat said that Dan Uflowski told him, can he just change the offense? Like, can Zach Taylor just go out there and be like, okay, we're going to do, what the Steelers kind of did. We're going to put 6 tackles out there when we run the ball, and then when we throw the ball, we're going to chip and help the O-line. Like, why aren't they just doing that?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, you got to help the guy somehow.
I don't know.
I mean, the jump,
47 years.
The jump that they were getting, the Broncos were getting, the tackles weren't even out of their stance
yet. No chance.
And the guy had no chance. So you got to chip, help something, and run the damn ball some. And I think that's the big difference where they've gone to a 50-pass attack every week.
Yeah.
Even with Joe. But Joe does some super stuff, that Jay can't do.
Yeah. Well, they're doing 50 passes because they just paid $60 million a year to the 2 wide receivers on the outside. And we asked the question, to your point, D-Butt, in the offseason. Mm-hmm. You've been around football a long time. Somebody's been around. Is this how you build a winning football team? Everybody with a football brain was like, nope, never have, never will. This is not how it goes. The wide receiver thing, he even said it there earlier whenever he was chatting. Tackles, you trade up and get one of those. Wide receivers, you get one of those guys in the 3rd round. It's like, I don't think you can get a Chase in the 3rd round or a T in the 3rd round. But what they're saying, all the OGs of football, is like, you can have an operable offense with maybe not an outright rock star at wide receiver. You can't have an operable offense if you have a bad offensive line. Like that, the wide receiver does not matter. You cannot get the ball to the wide receiver. You got to figure out this first. Inside out, I think, is how everybody talks about building a team. And it did feel like all offseason the Bengals were literally starting as far out as they possibly could, and then they started going in. And now, granted, they were put in a position where sucks for them to have to make those types of decisions, obviously, especially with talent that they had and have grown and everything like that in relationships. But Everybody that knows ball was like, that's not a winning recipe. And then we watch on Monday Night Football, them score 3 points, and the quarterback is just getting absolutely brutalized. And everybody says, we told you so.
Yeah.
That is basically what everybody is saying to the Cincinnati Bengals team. And I don't like that because unlike Connor, I don't hate Cincinnati Bengals. I like that they're a gritty football team, family-owned football team. Wish they'd be smarter business-wise. Think they've tried to, and their fan base treats it like it's a college team down there. You know, it is a great environment. The tailgating's insane. They always fill up. It's like, it just feels like this particular roster construction might have to be reevaluated.
You don't like the Bengals. You don't like them.
Well, you don't hate.
They were selling their TVs out of their stadium to their fans.
That was one of the better things they've done.
That's a good hustle.
55-inch TV for $80? Yeah, I think so. But it's not
in the parking lot. They're doing that sale.
Exactly.
Set up a tent.
Yep, and when they're gone, they're gone. So get down here now and get them is basically what they're doing. It has nothing to do with hating them. Bury these guys at 1 p.m. on Sundays. Okay.
Thanksgiving can't have it.
No.
I want to have a good Thanksgiving.
Me too. You think I want to be yelling at my mom and, my grandma and stuff like that and my brothers? No, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to look up. It's going to be 28-0 with 11 minutes left in the first quarter, and we're going to be saying, what are we going to do here?
We're going to talk to each other.
You know what we're going to do?
Leftovers.
Yeah. Well, leftovers.
Yeah, but you're going to have to talk. Now there's no distractor.
And because you're going to have to do that, what are you going to say?
Politics, religion.
I'm going to go get liquored up first, and then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to talk politics and religion, and we're going to be doing that boozed up, and it's going to be maybe the worst Thanksgiving ever.
And that's all because
the Bengals are on primetime.
Now, who do they play?
Doesn't matter.
Well, because hold on.
It's the Browns. If it's the Browns, Myles Garrett jumping over the offensive line and doing belly to back German suplexes.
Yeah,
sure.
F5.
But if he's doing release suplex,
Bengals, Browns.
If it's Bengals, Browns on Thanksgiving night, they should fire Goodell right now.
I don't think.
I agree.
They should.
I agree.
Ravens, Browns. Oh,
it's even worse right now.
0-0 on Thanksgiving night.
I think Jake Browning will slice and dice that Ravens defense right now. I think
True.
I think there's a chance.
And whoever's behind Browning.
Yeah, they just need to do what the Steelers did with Darnell Washington. They just need to bring in, that needs to be 12 personnel even whenever they're trying to throw the ball. They need 2 assisters. They need tag teams.
As many guys as you got.
And you know what? Let's get a fullback in there as well. Let's have one wide receiver. Let's have one route on the outside.
We're paying them too much. They got to both be out there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're right. We can't even protect even more because we're going to have both of them out there. Good luck, Bengals. We're pulling for you. All right, let's go back to BS or no BS with BA. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Bruce, Sunday Night Football. We all watched it, and we were all pissed on how it ended. NFL games should end in ties, and that is definitely the right decision, BA. Is that BS or no BS?
I think it's BS, and I'm part of the problem. Yeah, because I was one of the ones that in the league meetings opted to go for a 10-minute overtime.
Oh, really? This is your fault. Micah's return to Jerry World is a 40-40 tie because of you.
One of the reasons, yes, we had a game with Seattle, and we had 106 offensive plays. We couldn't even practice that week. Yeah, if we'd had to play Thursday night, we'd no chance. And it was about a player safety. But I have a recommendation that now, if it's a tie,
okay,
all right, both teams go out. You get the ball on the 8-yard line, you score, you get the ball, you score until somebody wins the game. There are no ties.
Okay, so
it's not going to put a lot of plays in. It's not going to take a lot of time.
No, and it also lets the stars decide.
Let's go.
So I had golden boot idea. Okay, golden boot idea.
Good idea.
Have the snap, hold, kick from 55 against each other, 60, 65, 70. So it's player health and safety. Kickers can kick forever, and also it's electrifying. What you just laid out, golden boot, much better. Okay, so 8-yard line, both sides. I think offense and defense on separate sides on the field at the same time. I think right beforehand, quarterbacks meet at the 50. There's a coin. It says first or second. Quarterbacks aren't even picking. It's just a first or second thing, and then they shake hands, then they walk back to their team. If this team's first, obviously they go. They don't score. Holy shit, let's look down at the other end. Okay, this play's about to start right here. As soon as this play ends, this play's now on the play clock down here. And if they stop, we go back. They have to go first then that time, right? Mm-hmm. And then they go back the other way?
Well, you can't do that.
Yeah, like college overtime, where it's like offense, defense, and then defense, offense.
Yeah, defensive team.
Yeah, it'd be very, very fast, and wouldn't be that many plays added to the game.
Guys are going to be exhausted down there. Imagine 3 straight 8-yard plays. Oh, my God. The D-line, everybody's going to be chasing their asses off. At the end of that whole thing, that'll be electrifying. Somebody gets a big-time stop down here.
Oh, I like the inch line.
Oh, because 8-yard line, there's some yak potential.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some big shots. Big shots there. Boom, big shot knocked out of bounds at the half-yard line. Obviously, rest blow it dead.
Yep.
No. Let's go down to the other end.
Wait, you can't do that. What if it's the Jags?
Huh?
Got Travis Hunter. If he's on one end, he's got to jog all the way down the other. You don't want Liam Cohen. You don't want him. You want to get his back.
We don't want problems with
Yeah,
Liam
we don't
Cohen.
want to get his back.
You know what we didn't judge in that tail of the tape yesterday is Liam's got a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's lanky now.
Saleh being 6'4", I think, is problematic for maybe everybody but Vrabel, MCDC, and a couple others that are coaching currently in the NFL. Kelvin Shepard, I would give the advantage to over everybody, and any former players that are younger and still very fit, I would give them an advantage. But Cohen's 6'2", he said.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make sure this gets a correction.
Why did we change that?
Why did we not change
What
this?
the hell is this?
This is outrageous. There was a clear omission of facts. He was 6'2". He is 6'2". He's not 6'1".
Yeah.
It's solid.
And he's
I thought the
240.
internet said 6'1".
He's 6'2".
The internet said 6'1".
That's Wikipedia. His actual college one said that he was 6'2". Actually, yeah, we had.
Might have got shorter.
Yeah, well, we don't know as you get older, and I'll tell you what, Saleh might be 270 at this point. We don't know what he's high now. He could be heavy organed.
Yeah,
like I am.
especially if he knows he's about to get into a fight. You know, he might pack on some weight.
But I like the 8-yard line shootout.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I think that keeps the stars on the field. I think there is an exhilarating, and I think it would end. Like it would have a prompt ending, and people would feel justified that they got the win, I think, if that was the case.
Everybody's got a fair shot.
You did it, BA. You ruined it.
Yeah.
You ruined it by voting for the 10-minute thing, but then you did.
Now you're making it right.
Thank you.
VA.
All right, last one here. This is more so a question. Which Rushmore is BS and which Rushmore is no BS? Rushmore on X debuted today. At Rushmore on X. On X is where you find the full episode. It's about 30 minutes. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Ari Emanuel, Ben Persky sit down and try to figure out the 4 best receivers, ball catchers, because tight ends got added to it because I believe Tom and also everybody said, well, with how much the tight end catches the ball, if you want to put one on there, you can. They did. There's debates. There's battles from these 2 Rushmores and Ari and Ben's. Then one final Rushmore is created. There's heat. There's stories. It's a great show. It is a great episode. From these 2 Rushmores that you see, Peyton Manning's Rushmore of wide receivers, which is Jerry Rice, Marvin Harrison, Raymond Berry, great throwback, and Tony Gonzalez. To Tom Brady's Rushmore, Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Larry Fitzgerald, Rob Gronkowski. You've coached numerous dudes that are up here, Peyton and Tom included. Which Rushmore is BS and which Rushmore is no BS? BA?
I think they're both no BS. I mean, I don't know how you take any of them off. They're just 8 great players and different eras. And I might throw John Mackey in there.
Oh.
Who has a award named after him and was one of the premier tight ends ever back in the day. But because I am a little old school.
Yeah, you are old school. Tell me about Larry Fitzgerald, though. Tell me, Rob Gronkowski. I don't want to spoil the episode. Rob Gronkowski, we all get a reminder, I think.
Yes.
Because everybody sees Rob having a great time literally everywhere. Doesn't seemingly take anything serious. I love that he is still just always himself. Seemingly. Now, I think he's a genius, too. I don't think a lot of people give him credit for being a genius. He is everywhere, seemingly getting paid all the time, too. So let's make sure we acknowledge the fact that he has big-time brains when it comes to being retired. But what they talk about him playing football, both Peyton and Tom, they start debating with each other, basically, about how great Gronk is. And maybe Gronk's the greatest. Yeah. Maybe Gronk's the greatest of all time. They get into that entire thing. It is a great conversation. You got to coach Gronk and Fitz. What are your thoughts on Gronkowski? I think people appreciate Gronk. I think they like Gronk, but I don't think there is like Tom Brady's the GOAT. I don't think there's a lot of like, hey, Gronk might be one of the greatest players of all time narrative out there. Do you think that should be? And what did you see from Gronk behind
I definitely think it should be because he's such a unique animal. He can block like a tackle. He can catch over the middle, and you can put him out wide. And he catch the fade, one hand catching. The guy, he's just unbelievable skill set all over the field. And it was he's a total mismatch. We thought Darren Waller was a little bit of a mismatch the other night. That's Gronk every day.
Okay, so let's talk about that. This is what Tom had to say about Gronk on Rushmore on X.
There are very few guys that could get open on someone. Rob Gronkowski could get open on Darrelle Revis. On the best corner of all time, when Ocho Cinco couldn't, when T.O. couldn't, when other guys couldn't, Gronk could get open on with his size and length. So you're talking about the best cover guy in my mind that I ever played against was Darrelle Revis. And there were plenty of times where I threw balls, and I practiced In 2014, Revis was a teammate, and I would put Gronk on Revis, and Gronk was the best I ever saw it getting open on Revis. And that was because of size, and it was a tough matchup.
Wow.
That's the only reason.
That's a tremendous compliment. I mean, like, corners are supposed to be able to cover tight ends. If they can't, that means the guy's unique. Yeah, so
he's a beast.
Yeah, there was final spots being up for grabs here because there's only 4, obviously. So Tom just continued to pile on for Gronk.
Yeah.
Because Randy, I think everybody knows Randy Moss going to be on there.
Got to be.
I think everybody knows Jerry probably going to be on there.
No-brainer.
Those final 2 spots for the one Rushmore from Peyton and Tom's brains coming together. It got really heated in there. I'm going to be honest, it is great conversation, great football conversation, but the Gronkowski memory lane was fantastic, and I think a lot of people forgot about it.
Yeah, it's incredible. I forgot about it because once, B.A. stole Brady and Gronk go to hell, everyone from New England kind of forgot those eras of them when they're in the Patriots. Seeing the Gronk, highlights are unbelievable, especially when you think about his time in Indy when he just pissed on both of you guys constantly.
Hey, look.
Hey, it doesn't get talked about, though.
I was with him as a rookie. In his first practice, you knew he was going to be special. Would have probably been a top 10 pick if he didn't have some back issues coming into the draft. But just a freak show in the run game and in the pass game. You look at the other tight ends receiving-wise, Gonzalez, Gates, Kelsey. Now it's a conversation. But when you talk about a total package, run game, receiving, not a conversation.
Tom Brady talked about how we were running behind him. Our rush game was where's Gronk? Our pass game. Where's Gronk? I mean, he's like, the way they started talking about it, especially during the greatest dynasties of all time. And we asked B.A. to put together his quarterback Rushmore. He has Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Terry Bradshaw, and then he cheated a little bit. Johnny Unitas and Otto Graham will share that one up there. Okay. Any quick thoughts on why you couldn't make just 4, B.A.?
Yeah, you got to go old school a little bit, and Otto Graham had the best quote I've ever heard. He came in our locker room in Cleveland one Saturday morning. He said, he looked at Tim Couch and Kelly Holcomb. He said, look, I never threw a bad pass in my life. Even the ones that got intercepted would hit my guy right in the chest.
I love that. Got to have that type of moxie on Mount Rushmore. If you agree, let us know. If you disagree, let us know. Hour 2 will be on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life.
I actually don't think the quarterback plays as good as it used to be. Certainly understanding defenses, understanding pass concepts, being in a huddle, taking snap counts. I used to walk into the meeting rooms with, on a Tuesday, of 50 plays that I wanted in the game plan. I'd be hard-pressed to think there's any quarterbacks that go in there, maybe 1 or 2, that go in there with actual plays of what they want to run.
That you came up with.
Yeah, that I came up with, that I were part of our plan, that Peyton did the same thing. There's a lot of guys that we play with that really understood what quarterback really meant. I think the lack of development in college football.
Wow.
I don't think there are college programs anymore. I think there's just college teams, and I think the NFL is getting less and less developed.
Is that because
players.
of NIL?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think jumping from team to team,
the portal, yeah,
the portal stuff. I don't think you're learning a lot of really tangible values that are going to sustain themselves over time. So the only reason why I performed the way I did over a long period of time was resilience, competitiveness. I took on every challenge. I failed a lot. I didn't have my parents there to save me. I overcame a lot of those things. Right. I gained a lot of self-confidence from overcoming them. And it's a very different era right now, even since the 2011 collective bargaining agreement, where the players, didn't have much time in the facility in the off season. The 2-a-days got taken away. And some of those are for good reason. I'm sure there was important reasons why those things were done, but sometimes the pendulum swings too far one direction. So before we go too far down the line, I thought we were playing chess, and I think a lot of the guys now are playing checkers.
Do you think that's the same for every position? You think every position's kind of struggled in development?
You think that's true, Peyton?
Tom played 4 years in Michigan. He had the same head coach, same offensive coordinator, came out of that program, and then, obviously because of his consistent play, played in the same system for basically his entire career in New England. He had 3 different coordinators, Charlie Weiss, Josh McDaniels, O'Brien, but it was the same system, right? But he earned that respect, and he earned that consistency and continuity. That's how you develop. And it's just tough when I feel for NFL quarterbacks, Ari, that get drafted and they have 6 different coordinators in 6 years. That's hard to develop. And now that's happening in college. I mean, you saw the guys that got drafted this year. A lot of them went to 3 different colleges.
Right.
It's hard to really develop. I mean, I played for the same coordinator at Tennessee, David Cutler.
Did you move that coordinator in the pros to Denver, the same?
Yeah, I mean, look, I was very lucky. I had 14 years of the same coordinator in Indianapolis. And when I came to Denver, the Broncos took my Colts playbook and said, hey, circle all the plays you want to run. We'll run all those, and we'll add some plays, and we'll work together. But they basically did it, based around what may be comfortable. And Tampa did the same thing with Tom, or at least they, finally kind of got to that point. They went on to win that Super Bowl in that first year, and that just makes, good common sense. And so David Cutcliffe, my coordinator and quarterbacks coach for 4 years at Tennessee, and kind of remained my coach throughout my career.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this glorious BA Day, September 30th, 2025, hour 2 of the program begins now.
Football!
That's a good cadence out of 47-year coach, Super Bowl champion, Coach BA here.
Yeah, baby.
Great to see you, Coach. No risk it, no biscuit. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is here.
Sir.
Congrats to your Dolphins last night. They look like a great team.
On the board.
Also, congrats to one half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino. Congrats to your Dolphins last night, Gumpy.
Hi, baby Gump.
You've certainly rode the wave here of emotions with this team. Are you all the way back in? I know the Tyreek Hill news is certainly devastating, and he has posted thank you for all the prayers and love. He's at the hospital. We assume that his recovery and rehab is going to go well and smooth, but that's a devastating injury. I mean, that's one they talk about long term.
Yeah.
Like your knees side, especially for how explosive, how athletic he is. It's sad. It is very, very sad. But away from that particular, which is tough to just say, hey, away from the guy that we paid more money to than anybody we had ever paid money to, and we reset the entire wide receiver market, and we said we're going all in offensively with McDaniel, offensive guru, and paying Tyreek Hill. We think he's unguardable. We're bringing in Tua. We're bringing in a big system. It's hard to say without the Tyreek Hill news. That has to be one of the best nights you've had as a Dolphins fan in a long, long time, Gumpy.
By far this season, for sure. By far.
What about last year? How'd it go last year?
Tua was hurt a lot, so it was pretty rough. Remember, we had Snoop Huntley, Skylar Thompson in Seattle, 0 points. It was a little bit of a rough run. We got a 4-game stretch here. Browns, Panthers, Falcons, Chargers. You got a chance. 4 games, you got to get back in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's
you win 3 of those.
It's going to be good to have Darren Waller against that Browns defense. Is that
in Cleveland?
3?
What's that?
3 of those, Gumsh? 2?
Well, you have to win 3 to get back in the mix. 2's not enough.
Don't be saying we're going to playoffs or win a Super Bowl. It's Overreaction Tuesday right now for Dolphins.
No, I want to let them know. Like, I don't think you need that many. I mean, the Bengals are banged up. The Texans are shite. Like, all of a sudden, those 7 teams, in week 1 that you thought were going to make the playoffs, there's a few that are definitely right now out.
Wild card spots potentially available.
Ravens 1 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to be?
Yeah.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson, let's stay in that conversation for a second. I believe the Adam Schefter podcast, that you were co-host of, you guys do a great job, was talking about this morning something about Lamar Jackson, and I just kind of assumed that this would be the case, especially because he ended up not playing for the last quarter and a half of a game in which it was only a 17-point deficit in a huge game against the Chiefs. And him being on the sideline obviously was alarming to all of us. He had a hamstring strain, is how it was being talked about. There's now kind of indicators for what's happening this weekend, right? Schefter was saying?
Yeah, Shefty said that where things sit right now, he gets the feeling that Lamar Jackson is not going to play Sunday against the Texans. And I can't remember who they have the following week, but then the week after that, they have a bye. And he said, obviously, it's too early to say that, but he's wondering if they don't try to maybe sit Lamar the next 2 weeks, get him through through the bye to get him healthy, because he said Harbaugh did say, hey, even if this would have been a close game, like Lamar wasn't good enough to come back in. So he has a legitimate hamstring issue. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens on Sunday. But as of right now, on Tuesday, Shefty doesn't think he's going to play on Sunday.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is former Cincinnati Bengal. Everybody forgets about that.
That's right.
College football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, Hofnom A.J. Hawk. Hawker, we know you from your Cincinnati Bengal days, and obviously you grew up in Centerville as a Cincinnati Bengals fan. They seemingly are in trouble, especially after losing last night, 28-3. Baltimore Ravens seemingly in some trouble. Cleveland Browns have a chance at this thing, even though, there's really no expectations offensively for them to be great for that long of a time. I mean, the fact that the Browns might actually
come out of this thing.
Traded for that tackle. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously, they make some plays there. Then the Pittsburgh Steelers, like the AFC North, Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers all of a sudden sitting in a very favorable spot to potentially make it to the dance, AJ.
Yeah, it is. And starting with the Bengals, this is it was a tough one to watch, I think, and BA hit on it. Like when you have, they're running a 3-man rush and they're both outside rushers are getting off the ball so quick. Our guys aren't even out of their stance yet on the outside. That's it's just tough, man. I don't know what it would be like to be on the Bengals right now throughout this stretch and what they have coming, in the future without Joe Burrow for the foreseeable future, that's for sure. I don't know what you do, but AFC North, what are you talking about? The Steelers have to feel very, very good about where they are.
Are we at a point now, Coach, where these teams know who they are? Like, do we think teams are starting to find out who they are about week 5 or so? I know nothing matters till Thanksgiving, like Bengals playing primetime Thanksgiving night. We can't wait to that. But do you think teams are starting to figure out who they are and if they're a contender?
Yeah, they should really know who they are right now. You should have your identity down pat. Now, injuries change a lot of things. When you lose your quarterback, are we going to become a running team? We got to change things. Lose a couple tackles. We got to bring tight ends in. That changes things. But you should know who your football team is right now.
All right, let's talk about some drama around the NFL. It's only continuing to build. A.J. Brown, after a huge win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Philadelphia Eagles continue to be dominant. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles just go into somebody else's house and beat them.
For a half.
What's that?
For a half.
They got the win.
What was the final
Don't
score?
matter if it was a half or
What
a
was
quarter.
the final score of that game, Coach? I mean, there was almost some more cardiac Baker coming back, and 4 straight comebacks in the fourth quarter would have been electrifying and great for the Baker Mayfield tale. But the Philadelphia Eagles do what they do.
They're solid.
Block, get a big block in the kicking game. Jalen does his thing. The tush push, innovative. Doing it all. And they don't even need to really throw it to the wide receivers. BA, what are your thoughts? Do you feel good about where Tampa Bay is after losing to Philly? And what are your thoughts on Philadelphia before we dive into the drama over there?
Oh, yeah, I feel real good about Tampa Bay's situation because there's still all the injuries and the guys that are missing. But, I mean, they didn't complete a pass in the second half. And they dug too many block kicks for the Bucs. Block kick every week, that's trying to change. But I love the imagination Nick Sirianni and Kevin did last week with the tush push and the little shuffle pass. And everybody's got them. They knew they might get stopped going up the middle, but it was great coaching.
Yeah, Philadelphia Eagles are on fire right now.
I mean, that defense, I love their defense. Zach Bond is awesome. Campbell, I think he's going to be great. The rookie linebacker they have. But 2, and we talked about it preseason, my sophomore superstars, I had 2 Eagles, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. And, those are probably the 2 best corners playing. Quinyon followed Ibuka a lot in his face, one of the best press corners in the league already. And Cooper DeJean played some outside corner, played a nickel, but, his awareness, physicality, those are 2 young superstars. I'm talking about, top 10 players on defense right now.
Cooper DeJean's playing outside and inside, a little bit of a hybrid, you'd say.
Yes. Absolutely, and they need help on the base because they're the outside corner. You had Odori Jackson out there. You traded for Jacorian Bennett from the Raiders, so they've been kind of looking for somebody out there. He can play out there 1,000%. But when they do go sub, which they play majority sub with that quarters kind of shell that Stafford kind of talked about with Fangio, you got to have Cooper DeJean in the interior of that defense when they go sub.
We're so proud of Cooper.
Yeah,
aren't we?
Yeah, I'll take a bullet for that guy.
Great Hawkeye.
He is. One of the best ever.
How come? He's going to start a trend, isn't he? This is going to become a new thing.
What's that?
I don't know if they're making a whole lot of Cooper DeJeans out there.
What are you saying? What do you mean?
Just uber uber athletic white guys.
Well,
I just don't know how many of those guys are growing on trees.
You're talking about Caucasoids out there.
Yeah, exactly. Guys who can go line up in the NFL, and you're not like, oh, Jesus Christ, there's a white guy out there.
We know Seahorn.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
exactly.
Seahorn was so good. Think about the things that have been said to these wide receivers in the NFL, in meeting rooms, about Cooper DeJean locking them down. Legitimately, think
don't
about.
let this guy lock you down. You cannot let this dude lock you down. You know that's happening.
I might argue that Cooper DeJean causes the most amount of shit talk, maybe in the history of professional sports. I would say that
he's got some shit to him too.
Oh yeah,
like,
he's awesome.
He got a bullshit taunting penalty.
Yeah,
came down, made a great tackle, kind of did the AI step over, which I love. And bullshit. I hate the taunt. I know it's a point of emphasis coming into the season, but he definitely got some shit to him.
What was it, Jordy Nelson? Jordy, here's the walkover, I believe. Yep, give me that.
It's football.
Lou Donner, right? I believe that's who he steps over in that entire thing. But the thought of Cooper DeJean being maybe the greatest of all time, greatest white of all time on the defensive side of the ball, that's a huge
corner.
Yeah,
he's already here.
Wow.
What about Denver?
Already there.
Already the greatest.
What about Denver?
Yeah, what about
Riley Moore?
Denver?
Oh yeah, where
No,
he
he's
go?
good. He's
Yeah.
good. He's good. He's good. You got to pick it up a little bit, but it's not a question for me.
The greatest white DB of all time.
Not DB. You got Harrison Smith. You got Eric Weddle. I won't go DB.
Cornerback.
Without
How many are there to choose from?
Let's
What are
go.
there, 5?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, AJ. It doesn't matter. We got it. We got
Love you, Coo.
Way to go.
Congratulations,
I'll tell you what. You put them out there on that island, a little bit more sunscreen.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little brighter out there. Okay, there's a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
These are the greatest of all time. We need to celebrate that. It's early. That touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this guy is
a champion.
Yeah, huge.
So you'd think you'd want to be teammates with that guy. So this is what happens, Coach BA. This undefeated football team just got out of the Super Bowl. Okay? They also paid wide receivers. Very good wide receivers. And what we have learned in the NFL, which is why we were so impressed with what Sirianni was able to do last year, is if you got two stud wide receivers, in their entire legacy, their entire bag and career depends on how often either an offensive coordinator is deciding to get them the ball, or a quarterback is deciding to get them the ball, or an offensive line can protect for a quarterback to get them the ball. A lot of things depend on other people for how they're going to be remembered and how much money they're going to make. So I think the wide receiver in nature is naturally a little bit louder than everybody else. You know, a little bit more demanding, we would say. The position as a whole kind of has that. So balancing two superstar wide receivers as they were a run-dominant team last year, I thought Nick Sirianni did an incredible job with that. The wide receivers were actually the guys that dumped the Gatorade on Sirianni, Devontae and A.J. Brown. Then A.J. Brown gets targeted 9 times, has 2 receptions, and they don't complete a pass in the second half of a game in which they go to 4-0. A.J. Brown, who's a guy that we saw him go for 100-plus just a couple weeks ago, still got it, absolute beast. He puts out a tweet, says, if you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw. Don't make a scene. Shrug your shoulders and be on your way. Now, doing all that does the complete opposite of everything in the middle of that particular take there, but he didn't outright say anything, so I think he's still good. He's just saying, worse people wouldn't do it the way I'm doing it right now. So good for me. Here's Nick Sirianni answering to A.J. Brown about his importance on the team.
Yeah. You know, obviously A.J. is very important to this football team. You know, I know he wants to contribute. And, you know, do the things that he's capable of doing. And, you know, but, yeah, I mean, he wants to contribute into these wins. And he's had a couple games where he hasn't been able to, you know, and for different reasons of why we haven't in these games. So, but I question nothing about, you know, his desire to play great football, his desire of being a good teammate, his desire to be here.
We'll go to Jeff Nyberg and then John McMullen.
Nick, how do you go about addressing a situation like that with AJ? Is it something you talked to him about last night after it happens? Do you talk to him today? Have you talked to him, and what was that conversation like?
Good question.
Yeah, obviously, you know, always talk to him. Somebody I talk to on a daily basis. I try to reach out to all our guys on a daily basis, and won't get into, any private conversations that we have with any of the players about any topic, right? That's sacred relationship between the head coach and players, and we'll always keep that private, but always in constant communication with all these guys.
Okay, Coach B.A., wide receiver position and head coach relationship is obviously one of those ones that has been seen publicly. You're a part of one of them with AB, obviously, with how that whole thing goes. And from what I've heard, AB worked his ass off, showed up at everything, but obviously expected ball as well. A lot of other wide receivers, same situation. How do you think Coach Sirianni handles this, and what do you think A.J. Brown's end game is here? Do you think he wants the ball more? Do you think this is a way to try to get the ball more? Do you think he wants out? What do you think it is, and how would you handle it?
I think he just wants to contribute to the winning. They've had so much success. I think Nick's handling it perfectly. It's a personal thing between he and the head coach, and he and the receiver coach, and the quarterback. And they've got so many weapons. There's just one ball, and one guy can't get it all the time. So if you're doubling him, Devontae might get it. Or they might start doubling Devontae. He'll get it. I think there are ways to get cheap catches. All right.
Do you feel like you got to do that sometimes
with
some
hell yeah.
people? Hey,
Yeah.
we got to get him into game.
I got to get him. He's got to have a ball in the first 5 plays because they're looking at the script. When am I getting the ball? Where's my play?
First 15.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, first thing. And I've had a few of them. It's like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to get this screen. I'm going to get this ball in this one. Okay, I'm happy. I'll play my ass off. All right? If you don't, it's like,
I didn't even think about getting the first 15 either a couple days beforehand or the night before and just being like, I'm not even a part of this.
The fuck is this?
Yeah, and so you go into the game mad almost.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're going into the game pissed, and then whenever it ends up happening, how the script kind of laid out to it, then there's even more, and A.J. Brown's like, I don't want to be. He's kind of Trey Hendricksing this. He's kind of Trey. I don't want to be the guy that says this, but what the fuck is what he's basically tweeted there. And Sirianni having the juggle, that's going to have to be a real thing for this team because they're very good without throwing the ball. I mean, they're 4-0 right now.
Yeah.
They're fresh off a Super Bowl champion. I mean, there's no end in sight for this team.
If they weren't winning, it'd be a big problem. Winning solves a lot of these issues, all right? If you're 1-3 and this shit's going on, it's a whole different story.
Do you think one loss brings this conversation to the forefront yet again?
No, they're still going to be in first place, and I think this team's pretty tight. You could tell, and I think there've never been a great wide receiver that I've coached that didn't want the damn ball. All right, it's your job as a coach to get him the ball.
So you're saying you think maybe the script will change a little bit. Let's go ahead and just put him at running back here.
Yeah.
We can wheel route this thing. And if he doesn't want it to be a rush, he wants it to be a reception, we'll have Jalen back up a foot and kind of just give him this ball. Do the run across. Let's get A.J. Brown in this game. You think that happens and that's what he's doing this for sure?
Oh, I know it happens.
Go ahead.
We've done it many times.
Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, this is like the third straight year A.J. Brown's do this. So either say your piece or shut up, stop doing it. It's annoying. But for you, when D-Bud and Pat talk about hey, BA would say, hey, this is a 5-star game. We're going to need our 5-star players to show up. But then sometimes you'd say, hey, this is a 1-star game. We need our 1-star guys to contribute.
Other guys.
The other guys. Yes. When it is like a 1-star game and you know that the other team is going to take out a Mike Evans or they're just going to completely eliminate a Gronk when you had him. What do you say to those guys? Because it feels like the strategy for most of these teams was hey, we're going to make Jalen throw the ball, but he's still not getting the ball. So what do you say as a coach to your 5-star players when you know it's going to be a 1 to 3-star game?
Yeah, I mean, exactly that. You just put it out. Hey, look, you're probably getting doubled the whole game. Your touches are going to be down. So-and-so is going to have to step up in the middle. Maybe a Cade Otton or whoever your young tight end is. He gets 10 targets. And I think now as a coach, too, you move those guys around where it's hard to double them, stack them, release them, get them little screen passes.
Make
anything.
them be open.
Just get them the damn ball somehow.
So I saw the Vikings and Steelers do that this weekend. Justin Jefferson was force-fed the ball. DK Metcalf was force-fed the ball. And I love seeing it, AJ, because too often, I don't want to poke fun at play callers or offensive head coaches. Too often it feels like, well, they just took that guy out of the game. It's like, guy's really good. Can we just not get him the ball? It sounds like BA's like, there is definitely a conversation to be had about getting these guys the ball even whenever we can't. I like that the Steelers and the Vikings did that this weekend. I hope that continues. Now, Justin Jefferson's going to get – he had 18 catches in, the first half or something?
Yeah, like 25 targets or something.
And they go into the game saying this guy can't get the ball. So KOC definitely does that, but like DK getting force-fed the ball. The studs getting force-fed and offensive coordinators making them get the ball happening around the league, I think feeds into A.J. Brown going like, we can definitely figure out how to get me the ball here.
Puka.
Yeah, Puka Nakua's getting rocked. Devontae's getting the rock. If they win, though, who cares is how everybody views it, I guess, A.J.
Yeah, as long as you win, things can they do get kind of swept under the rug. It'll eventually, I mean, if it continues to go on and on, he's not getting the amount of targets he feels he deserves. Yeah, it could be an issue, but I mean that's the problem about having a good team. It's a good problem to have as a coach, I guess, when you have a lot of talented players that they all need and want the ball. But BA is right. You could find a way. I would imagine a guy like A.J. Brown, any stud receiver, would appreciate when a coach finds ways to get him the ball easy early on in the game. I think of it more from a quarterback's perspective, like imagine a young quarterback and having that kind of pressure of trying to force feed the ball to certain stars. I can imagine that would be an issue. I don't know if BA had to deal with that at all as a coach, but for a young QB to have one or two guys that somehow will continue to be unhappy if you don't push them the ball enough, what does that do to a young guy?
No, it's hard, man. With those young guys in the huddle and that guy's looking at you, like, yep. I'm going to be open, dude. Right? No, you're not. You guys say, no, you're not, bro. They're doubling you. It's like, throw the damn thing anyway. I'll get it.
Okay, so there was a moment, I think Costanzo, tackle, jumped off sides on a play. Mm-hmm. Play was designed for Reggie to get a touch. I forget what. The play was like Reggie has a walk-in touchdown. And the way Costanzo tells the story is he jumped off sides. Oh, my God, what an idiot. Then he gets back to the huddle. He already wants to physically damage himself, because that's how he is. And he's in the huddle, and then Reggie's just sitting there basically in the huddle, just like looking at him. And it was at that moment Costanzo realized, I fucked this guy too. Mm-hmm. It was like the way Costanzo tells the story is like one of the best stories I've ever heard. He's like, I already think I'm getting fired and I think my career's over and I'm heading back into the huddle. And then I realized, there's one particular guy that hopes all those things potentially are happening at this exact moment. It was the guy that was supposed to get a walk-in touchdown, and we're talking legacies and careers and everything. So there's so many things dependent upon for a wide receiver to get the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real, though.
And that's the other part of it. We always talk about how much of a business this is. Like, he signed a great deal a couple years ago. You're looking around the other guys who are in kind of his tax bracket. They're producing, they're getting numbers, they're getting targets, and I'm not. So winning, obviously, that covers up a bunch of it, and ultimately we want to be winners. But to everybody's point, you want to feel like you contribute. And we know the wide receiver one, the egos and the things like you need, like that, and that's what makes them great, is being a part of the game, being the guys that can change the math. And these defenses are keying in on 11-2. You come in every game, they're going to have their game records on the board. It's going to be 26 and it's going to be 11 in the pass game. So credit to them and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Morrison, he's a young dog as well. I think he's going to be a great cornerback in this league for a long time. McCullum, they got some good DBs back there and good defensive coaches who are going to take him out. So the offensive coaches got to do a little more to get 11 the ball too.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we get them in. I hope they continue to go. They have a chance to be real, AJ. This team has a chance to be very real. You talked about the defense, special teams. Dynasty. We're talking dynasty. And Sirianni is the leader of it.
Yes.
Like, this is a hilarious – this is the complete opposite of the Bill Belichick house.
Yeah.
Like literally the complete opposite of it. It's like showcasing that you can win in a variety of fashions, but you still need the same shit at the end of the day, no matter how you implement it. And it's like Sirianni's going to have to jump. This is 2 years in a row where this is going to – it's a gift, but it's certainly a curse as well.
He's been dealing with his whole career, though.
Well, and that's what nobody talks about it. But, like, because same deal. You want to take his first press conference, and, like, he's a bit of a different dude, but, like, you have to have a very high emotional intelligence to be able to deal with this for this long. Like, he said it right there. He's like, I got to check in with AJ every single day. Like, there's a couple guys who he knows, like, he's not happy. I got to make sure I can at least massage this a little bit, because it's not just that. Like, look who they've beat so far. They've beat three of the best teams in the end. Like, they beat the Cowboys first week, but they beat the Chiefs and the Rams. Yep. Yeah, the Rams, and then the Bucs.
Beat the shit out of you,
like,
Bruce.
Beat the hell out of you, Bruce.
Holy
and
hell.
I heard Sirianni was like, Is this the house that Bruce Arians built?
He was talking shit to Baker. It was awesome.
Baker and Sirianni?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He was chirping him like all game, like going up and down the sideline. Like, that's Sirianni, though.
Have you met Sirianni?
Oh, yeah, very well. I like Nick a lot.
He is. He's awesome.
Himself.
I mean,
he's himself.
They try to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to kill him. They were winning games last year, and it was like, this guy. The reason the Eagles aren't going to win.
Yeah. When they lose, it's going to be his fault.
But
they've won 5 straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Who's
But-
the weakest link?
But it was a lot of that for Sirianni. Now it's the offense coordinator.
Yeah.
Now the offense coordinator is the one that's like, needed.
He was a genius this week, man. Look what he did with the tush push.
I agree. First of all,
Shovel pass.
Sweep.
The Philly Johns were real pissed they already used that play. Is that a thought for coaching? Like, why are they using this right now instead of, the divisional round?
No, because they would have lost the damn game. They didn't score.
well, that's Buccaneers Bruce right there. So that is how
those 2 70-yard touchdowns kind of brought him back.
What? Go ahead, AJ.
It helps their tush push as well because now you got to think about, hey, they're not guaranteed to run the tush push. They can run outside as well.
Anything you put on tape is good for the future. But on that note, if they would have just continued and then in the biggest moment, drop that shit out there, Sirianni would have been a genius.
Yeah.
I am a genius. You fall for the trap. Now, granted, that's Vita Vea over there too. Remember, Vita Vea and the Bucks did beat the tush push.
Kind of the antidote.
So them actually just being like, yeah, we're not doing that again. No way. Is Vita Vea still on the team? Yeah. He's so. Oh, remember we beat Levante David said we handled the tush push.
We'll be ready for it.
We'll try to do it again or whatever. And that's like I assume the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is very proud of that. Like,
oh yeah,
this play that was going to change rules of games because nobody could stop it. We stopped it, and then all week Sirianni's like, "Look at them down there. They're gonna, we got it." And then just hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
We're going around.
Wait till you see what we do.
Yeah.
Wait till you see what we do.
Genius, man. And then AJ Brown's like, "Can we not have put me in there? Maybe."
Yeah. Hand me the ball.
Okay, couldn't I have done the little skippity doodah in there instead of the guy you just paid 2 years early in the entirety of it all? Good luck to the Eagles.
With the expectation after all of this happens and he puts out that tweet, like, would you expect A.J. Brown to have 10 catches for 150 yards next week?
Yes.
I would at least 10 targets, whether or not he gets 10 catches, but the ball's coming his way for sure.
This is like when OBJ joined the Rams. Remember, like the first drive was just Stafford to OBJ every single play. Antonio Brown to the Patriots, I think.
Same exact thing. Yeah, it was like 5 catches and a touchdown on the opening drive in Miami.
There is a statement that can be made to these guys like, hey, you are a very vital piece of this entire thing. Even though if the rest of the game we're not able to because we got Saquon Barkley back here and we got the offensive line, you're saying extend a relationship or an olive branch and saying, hey, we still appreciate you and we're going to need you through this. Because you never want them to give up, right? Never want them to stop.
No.
Even clear out routes, blocking. You never want your stars to just say, what am I doing this for? Am I just here at track practice? The hell am I running 70 yards a clip every time if I'm never going to get the rock? You can see why they're upset, but also they're undefeated.
Yeah.
So it's hard,
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's a really hard thing to kind of go to bat for. Let's talk about some other stuff happening around the sports world. I hate to say this.
Oh, no.
I've really enjoyed watching this European team enjoy this Ryder Cup.
Oh, jeez.
AJ, have you seen this?
Yeah, they seem to know how to have a good time.
All of them. They get along so well. I mean, Rory, 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 hey. Hey, he's in your head. Listen to this. Your head, Rory, 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 hey, hey, he's in your head. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Shut up.
Okay, so that moment's happening, and that's my first thought was too. That's a good song. I don't need to hear you guys doing that shit. And then you go to the press conference when Rory is asked about a couple give and takes in the crowd. Not just listen to Rory, listen to the whole team. Listen to the jocularity and how well this team gets along. Go ahead, run it, Foxy.
With all that in mind, everything you go through, how satisfying is it to turn around to someone and say, quote, shut the F up, and then stiff it to 2 feet? Very satisfying. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
It wasn't stiff. I had to put it.
The jocularity. And then they got Shane Lowry, who goes from one Dahn to winning the entire thing with one incredible hole and a great putt. This guy's standing on bars. Drink.
Yeah,
look,
that's great.
Look at this. I mean, and then they head to downtown New York, right next to the Brooklyn Bridge, and take one of the coolest photos that I've seen. And tell some truths, a lot of truths in the middle of this thing. From Broadway to Bethpage, New York was built on the backs of Europeans. And it's like, damn, this was planned out. They had all this. Hey, we're going to do this photo shoot. We're going to go ahead and have all this. It's like they had a mindset that they were going in here to win for the fifth time ever, that Europe has gone to America and won. You know, the 4 stripes on their jersey or on their polos was to indicate the 4 other times that they've won away. But it's like they had a plan. They seemed to be team, and they had so much moxie. And they showed that while they were playing, while they were putting, and now in their celebration. I can't help but respect it. Honestly, AJ, I can't help but respect it.
Yeah, I respect it. But I mean, it's a true, like this, they're a team we talk about all the time on this show. Like, you can't really measure what puts like a great team. And we've both spoken, hey, the best teams I've ever been on, the guys, we were the closest. We hung out off the field all the time. That's what you get, like when you get that feeling when you watch these guys, especially when you watch them celebrating all their little side comments back and forth during the presser. Like, these guys, they feel like they've all grown up together and that they're all best friends. And there's a reason that they play well together and they win. I mean, that was ridiculous.
They said that, he took the thing for a stroll, legit, and then fist pump to the crowd. What? Think about making putts in front of that crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And then they were just locked in. But I think it's because, to AJ's point, that we were kind of talking about them being a team, they've been on like a group text for like 2 years, these guys. Like, they're real family, it feels like. Their wives and girlfriends, all friends. It's like they're a real team that came in here and kicked our ass for the better part of 2.5 days throughout the Ryder Cup. BA, we know you're a big-time golfer, obviously big team guy. And just like all of us would like to see the United States win anytime we're taking on anybody else. On that note, what was your thoughts while watching the Ryder Cup? And I think we need like right now in the soccer team, they're going through this with Ponch, trying to find our style of team for soccer. Like, Ponch is not necessarily just going with who's been on our national team. He's trying to find dogs to kind of fit in with our stars, trying to change the culture and mentality more so to be American. That American team, Foxy's biggest takeaway whenever he looked at the roster was we had no moxie. We got no swagger, no moxie. Is that gone from our entire United States American golf, or do we need to maybe pick and choose our team a little bit better so we have a little bit more, like if Keegan Bradley's playing, we have more moxie. Do you think they need to think about that?
Oh, totally. I was hoping Keegan would play, because he is that guy. He's that fiery guy. And he respects the position too much, of being the captain. But hell, we could make a 4-footer for par.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
I mean, on our greens.
For America? On our grass?
On our grass. Come on, bro. They're supposed to be fast for us. They couldn't miss. They made everything they looked at, and we couldn't make a 4-footer for par to tie.
Can't have it.
No.
Not on our grass. I didn't even think about it. That's our grass out there.
Well, that's what they said. We weren't expecting it to be as slow as it was. I mean, it's just, and Keegan said, course mismanagement was a big part of it. But it's like they care. Our guys, they care after the fact when you get embarrassed. But you could, coming in, like these guys, that's what they said. Like, Rory mentioned it after they won in Rome. Like, we're going to Bethpage in 2 years and we're going to win there. Like, guys like Scotty Scheffler, like that's the other thing. He's the number 1 in the world, and he maybe isn't built for this format, but like he can't go 1-4. He just can't.
A lot of talk about the crowd there being obnoxious and an embarrassment to the United States of America and all that type of stuff.
Long Island football.
Yeah, we'd like to say the location and also the outcome early. Don't love that it's reality, but I felt like that was reality. Especially we're getting smacked.
Yeah,
the United States of America was just getting smacked.
Trying to do the celebrations, the non-organic chants and stuff. Those videos are embarrassing for America.
Agreed.
Like, and for our fans, it really is.
Agreed.
They couldn't even figure it out.
And then the throwing, like there are certainly things that I don't like at all, but like the chirping, you're going into Long Island, and then America's just going to get bopped in the face. It's like, I think there's going to be some intoxicated people there on Long Island that are potentially going to. They go 10,000 Bruces out there just getting smacked around by the Europeans.
Pump full of whiskey.
Waking up at 4:30 a.m. with the national anthem playing at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like, I think there's a potential chance that some people are going to act not great. And I don't love that. Okay, and we'll get better for the next time, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Kind of an expected outcome, but also we can't we get our asses kicked. I think that only ignites it even more. But then there was a conversation had in the office earlier. Did you hear this, Connor? I think you were sitting right there.
I I'm not sure. When golf, now that golf is getting brought up after the Ryder Cup, yeah, no thanks.
Your ears kind of go off?
Yeah, they turn off.
Well, it wasn't really about golf. It was more so about
I heard it.
Just adult males
Yeah, I heard.
as
Okay.
a whole. Let's go to Hammer Dahn. One half of the Hammer Dahn. Cowboys AP 10. What was your take on it all? I heard you had a take on it all about the celebrations from the boys and the reaction from the boys and how the crowd acted as a whole. You said something this morning that I don't think I ever expected somebody's mouth to say, but it was certainly a topic of conversation immediately after it came out of your mouth. Would you like to reiterate what you said this morning?
I don't know if I'd love to reiterate it. It was kind of a broad statement, and it didn't include you or D-Butts or AJ or Coach. But I said in general, maybe the Europeans are cooler than the U.S. guys. You know, that's just when I think about it. Every European that I've ever met, I'd much rather hang out with them than me. So
I didn't like it. I immediately wanted to fight Tone. I almost kicked him out of the company. Tone was almost fired today. AJ, that almost happened. It came out of his mouth 3 feet away from my ear, and it was almost an immediate, I don't want to work with this guy ever again. I don't want to see his face ever again. And then there were some points that were being brought up. And then some states and some maybe generations and some demographics being brought up. And then some videos were even being displayed. And it's like, whoa. We can't be thinking like this. This cannot even be a conversation right now. We need to let everybody know America's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Europe has a lot of songs that they drink and they have a good time. There's live music in every single place, and they all got a personality, it seems like.
We got Nashville.
Yes, we do. People forget about that.
Mm-hmm. I will say this. This is bullshit, okay?
This is your fault, whatever it is.
Hold on. It is. It's always my fault. Always is.
Pretty dramatic there, yeah.
Well, no, I was every area of my life.
Okay. Hey, us too, brother. Yeah, we understand. We understand what you're saying.
I think if you live in the U.S., you shouldn't be allowed to play on the European team. And there'd be like 2 guys on that team.
Well, I do appreciate what Rory said.
It's the best country in the world.
He did say
Yeah, but he was just tweeting us up.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That was just a pure bait. The real issue here is that if you take away all the cool accents, you take away the names, the jerseys and everything, the clubs, all the gimmicks. If you mute the videos, you would just hope that the team that was Europe was America. Like you would think in your head,
good point.
Like that's how the American team should be acting. Fleetwood's got cool hair. Shane Lowry's got a great, how to describe it, bag of leaves body. Like there are so many things that make you.
He is a little wobble
He
body.
was a wobble body. He's lost a lot of weight.
He looks good, but he's still.
Exactly. American dream. I mean, like that is basically what America's all about right now. So the fact that is coupled with the fact that all those videos, they are unmuted, okay? You get to hear how cool those accents are. You get to hear Rory, and I don't know if you heard the Donald Trump one. They also got Trump as well. It was awesome. Trump posted on his social media. Very funny video. Good jab from the Europeans. Like, they got moxie. They're funny. They got cool accents. I can't do this anymore, actually.
Why? It's starting to. This is what happened to me.
I'm not watching golf until the next Ryder Cup. Fuck it.
I don't think that should be the next thing you watch if anything's going to like this team.
Shoot, you're right. I'm not watching the Ryder Cup anymore. It's only majors from here on out.
Okay, I like that. You're going to miss out on some good USA chance.
Maybe, because you know what else happened this weekend? Amazing college ball all day Saturday. Amazing NFL football from 9:30 a.m. till midnight on Sunday. Ryder Cup who? You know, why not?
Friday's going to be tough to get through, I think. Everybody on earth is talking about Friday and Ryder Cup.
No doubt, yeah. Friday was a long day. Friday was tough.
And we just got obliterated.
Yeah, they put their theoretical pipes down our theoretical throats.
Jeez.
Well said.
Talking about smoking pipes. Don't do that.
Old school, yeah.
You know how they do it in Europe.
Yeah.
Also cooler than in America. They use the pipes.
I think they smoke cigs too over there.
Yeah, they just call them that other name, and we don't do that here.
Which?
What's up, Europe?
That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. I actually became more of a Rory fan after the Ryder Cup on our home soil because, yeah, you could say Euros are cool. Who's cooler? It was never and is never a conversation of who's tougher. and they were the more mentally tough team on the
I would
home
never
field.
say that.
Hostile environment. Rory making the putt. F you, F you, F you, like all that shit. Like seeing Shane, seeing all the boys. Justin Rose walk. First of all, telling G-Bo, hey, fuck out of the way. Making a putt, that whole back and forth there, and him walking in the putt from like all that, like that shows like mental toughness. You go into a hostile environment playing football, it's like, all right, it's just us against them, and that was their thing. So for me to come out of this and seeing Rory and the European team as a whole as the more mentally tough team, that's
so they're
that's
mentally
tough.
tougher, they're cooler. AJ, how do we feel about the state of America right now all of a sudden with what Tone just brought up? I don't like, he almost got fired, and then a lot of points were thrown in my face.
Yeah, I think we need to start. I mean, hopefully they started a couple of days ago already getting the Ryder Cup team situated for the next, 2 years from now? Where are we playing? Ireland? Is that right?
Oh, no.
We better figure it out. We better start recruiting some super soldiers to become our next golfers.
I don't want to be that guy. I think there's a chance, me and you specifically, maybe we don the Irish flag.
No, we're not
Maybe
doing
we don
that.
the Irish flag.
We're not doing that.
Let's just think about it for
We're
a second
not
now.
doing that.
Where did golf start? Ireland, Scotland? one of the
Scotland,
two?
yeah, Scotland.
Whatever. Let's do it, man.
I know, and to the point of their tweet, with the photo about New York and Europeans and everything like that.
Yeah.
It is.
But they might be right.
You do 23andMe or any of those things, they steal your genetics, I think, and then who knows where that's
That's a
headed.
fact.
But
Who
then you
knows where
find
that is.
out where you're from, and it's like, that area over there, a lot of history over here, and that needs to stop being made, okay? U.S. doesn't lose on American grass ever again.
Never.
Boy.
We need people to go over there. And we need to one-up Sunday's Dublin game and have the most U.S. people going over to Europe for the Ryder Cup since the war times.
We have a few fact checks for McQuaid. I think
he's spot on, right? He was spot on with
what
everyone.
were some of the stats that McQuaid had for the Dublin NFL game? If you could definitely get to the TJ Watt one, that'd be good. 'Cause we did get some.
Yeah, the TJ Watt one was, if you remember, after TJ Watt kind of baited Carson Wentz into throwing it over the middle there. He got his big paws up and got an interception. He actually ran over to the Hogan stand and punted one into the crowd, and it was an ode to Gaelic football.
Okay, so certainly possible. We asked TJ, and TJ's response was, stands look pretty far. I want to see if I can make a punt over there. So it might have been a tribute to Gaelic football. It might have also been TJ just seeing if he could bomb a ball real quick. What was the other one? The most amount of people since wartime?
Yeah, there were 74,000 fans at the game in Dublin, lads. That is the biggest movement of U.S. souls over to Europe since the wartime.
Okay.
Since World War II, obviously.
And then obviously we found out maybe the Olympics had a couple, double, triple. Maybe.
Yeah, quite a bit more actually. So that one was on McQuaid.
But outside of the Olympics.
Outside of the Olympics, a massive movement, maybe the biggest since war times if you exclude like a couple big events that were overseas. But the other big one, and he said, listen, NFL came into my ear. One of my producers, they said 22 jerseys in the crowd right now, McQuaid. Get it out there, lads. Say it. So he wasn't going to take ownership for that, and he did, mention to D-Butt's point, hey, there may have been a couple of Houston Oilers jerseys out there, maybe a couple Earl Campbell jerseys, and things of that nature, maybe like a Steve McNair jersey as well. So that one was correct. And then he just had to reiterate the touchdown to DK Metcalf, the longest touchdown, in Ireland/UK game history. That was for just ordinary touchdowns, passing play, maybe running play, if you will. That discounts anything special teams.
Like a 96-yard.
Like a 96-yard punt return or kickoff return, obviously. So, it got lost in translation, lads.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that because
exactly.
Ireland, America.
Yeah, exactly. Ireland-clad, not ironclad. McQuaid was effusive in his praise for us for not really killing him, because he said, listen, lads, I gave you 5 stats and 4 of them were wrong. Okay? I just completely made them up, lads. Someone told them to me before the game. I was excited about the Ireland game, about football coming to the island. I fucked up. Hand up on me. Still love you, lads.
Okay, we still love him too.
Yeah.
And we appreciate him selling it. The Ireland game seemingly was a big success. BA, what are your thoughts on the international expansion, and what are your thoughts on the Minnesota Vikings-Pittsburgh Steelers game? Pittsburgh Steelers go all in this year. You think they can win a Super Bowl? And for the Minnesota Vikings, the Carson Wentz experience was awesome. If you could just tell me about Sunday morning for you and your thoughts on it all.
Yeah, I thought the Steelers looked really good, and obviously getting the ball to DK Metcalf helps. And that is Steeler country. And Ireland is Steeler country. Ambassador Rooney kind of set that up a couple of years back when he was the ambassador over there and got college football to go over there. I think it's fantastic. I don't want to see a team over there. No. I don't want to see any kind of expansion over it because somebody's going to get screwed in that travel.
Yep.
There ain't no big open dates coming back. And that's hard. That's hard on players. It's hard on everybody.
I don't know. Are they still talking about the team over there? The conversation shifted to almost like a division might be over there, where there's like multiple teams
like
over
8
there.
teams. Somebody still got to go over there to play them.
Yeah, I think exactly. I agree completely. There's going to have to be away games, but allegedly they were going to play all their games over there, and then they were going to have a home base. That was like one of the that was one of the last conversations they were going to have. So you're going to have to build 4 headquarters in Europe, and then 4 headquarters in America for these teams, and they'll play 9 straight away games in America, I guess, and then maybe some of them will be from Europe, so some games will be a home game. That's 17 straight away games, basically.
Logistically, that makes no sense.
And is there enough players? Is there enough good players?
No. I don't. We have enough tackles now.
Tackles, quarterbacks, you name it. Is there enough players to add 4 more teams? I don't know. The international team is always a good conversation because we understand what the NFL wants, which is total global dominance. And it's good for football if there's total global dominance. But I think just games and festivals are a good way to spread it. The logistics, remember Concorde?
Yeah.
The Concorde flight. Jim Irsay told us this, rest in peace, legend. He was the most unfiltered owner that would tell us what was going on in those one per club meetings and what the future was to look like. I think they thought that Concorde plane was going to be the key to having a team in London because it was supposed to be like a 3-hour flight or something.
From New York to London, yeah.
It was like a 3-hour flight. It was a super jet or whatever.
Yep, supersonic.
Supersonic jet. They thought that was going to be the connector. I assume they weren't the only business. I assume business thought that. I assume finance thought that. And then I think that thing blew up, right? And then
one of them did, yeah. And then, but now they're trying to bring it back, and they said like 2030 is like the expected date of when the new version of the Concorde's going to be here.
Because if they make that a 3-hour flight, I think then there's going to be a lot of conversation about like
How do you handle training camp and off season though? Does the team work? Are you there for camp? Are you there for your off season?
I think you would have to have your headquarters. You'd probably be at home because the amount of players you got to work out. It's like working out players too. Like how do you sign players during the season?
Yeah,
it would have to be the home base back in America would have to make that decision, and then home base back in America is about to be your full-time home base too. So you have to build 2 full. That would be a lot.
You'd almost need a dedicated staff for like the United States portion and the international portion.
The international games are awesome though.
They are. I mean, they're a lot of fun. I mean, I've been a part of a few of them, broadcasting and coaching. No luck winning, but it was other than the Munich game. But
Blake Bortles punted a ball right in the stands against us. I mean, he had a hell of a game. But I think Ireland showed up in a big way. We appreciate them doing that. And shout out to McQuaid just gassing some numbers up.
Exactly.
Speaking about gassing numbers up, are we in the middle of baseball right now?
Yes.
Okay, baseball's really happening. We're on ESPN2 right now because on ESPN there's an actual baseball game. Is this the...
Yeah, playoffs have started today. The wild card starts today. Tigers and Guardians are currently playing right now on ESPN. We have the Padres at the Cubs at 3 p.m. on ABC. Red Sox at the Yankees tonight at 6. And then the nightcap is the Reds at the Dodgers at 9. So it's best of 3 series, and they're going to play for the next 3 days consecutively. All these games, kind of weird in the wild card round, are at the team with the better record. They're all at their place. So like the Red Sox play all 3 in New York at Yankee Stadium. Reds had to travel cross country. They play all 3 in LA against the Dodgers, and then obviously the same for the Padres and the Tigers. But if you haven't been invested at all, like now's the time to start watching baseball.
Tigers are up 1-0 right now.
Huge.
What inning is it, Bruce?
3rd inning.
Third. Okay, so we got 4 more hours of that game.
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Fast. No, everything's fast. Everything's fast.
And Tigers have Tarek Skubal on the mound, who's one of the best pitchers in the majors, maybe the AL Cy Young. Like anytime guys like that are pitching, the games typically go a little bit quicker.
Okay, Jerry Jones did some conversation about how long the games were. Actually, he did a weekly hit, and he chit-chatted about how these games need to maintain in the 3-hour window. Okay, it's very important to try to attain a 3-hour window. Now, I immediately said Jerry's lost his fastball. Because when it gets to overtime, there's no time frame for that. We want more of the electricity. You know, like good business is to have more electricity. And then D-Butt immediately counterpointed. He said, if it's a 1 o'clock game, though, and you got Bengals versus
whoever,
anybody,
Yeah.
and then you've got Eagles versus Rams waiting on deck at 4 o'clock, and then you have to stick around this overtime game for whatever reason because it goes on forever and ever, and you miss that, that's certainly terrible. But when it's primetime game, okay, Sunday Night Football, and we get to 40-40, this is electrifying. I don't think we need to worry about 3-hour windows. But I do appreciate that all the other games, other than the primetime ones, we're worried about how long these games are. BA said in the first hour, AJ, that it was his fault, basically, for the 10-minute overtime. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I was there. We played Seattle. We had 106 snaps. These guys were exhausted. We can't be doing this. This can't be a forever overtime thing. Do you want a 10-minute clock on it? Yes, I do, said BA. BA said I am in for that. Then gets the Micah Parsons return to Jerry World. Now we got a 40-40 tie in the biggest game, the most hyped game of the year, and everybody hates it. He put out an 8-yard line start for each offense on either side and kind of handle it like it's a shootout, back and forth. Obviously, one team goes. If they score, the next team goes. They score, we carry on to the next one. The team that won second goes first, then the team that went first goes second, and then you just kind of continue on. What are your thoughts on where we're at with the tie conversation? And if you digested completely what the perfect answer is, if you could write the rule right now, what are you doing, AJ?
If I could write the rule right now, I would write some form of what BA was saying. What do you say, 8-yard line, and you guys are on both sides of the ball. So, yeah, a guy like Travis Hunter, he may be jogging back and forth a little bit. You might have to do that every once in a while, but it would go very fast. It would limit the amount of plays that these guys would have, so it wouldn't be crazy extra 40 plays on the players most likely. And the game, it would be quick, and we would find a decisive winner, and it wouldn't be – I like your golden boot situation too, but some people would say, hey, let the 11 on 11, let these guys – I want to see DK Metcalf end the game, not a kicker.
So I guess they would have to. Okay, it sounded like you would say that, and I agree.
I'm just speaking for people.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, people saying classic situation there. We do that a lot on this show. Somebody did say it, I assume, at some point. Pick 6 would be a winner. Guess it can't be on the field, huh? They would have to be.
It'd be kind of cool though. Get off!
Oh yeah,
22 on 22 though.
Yeah, they turn around and then offense has to block for them.
I'm always
dogfight football.
Yeah, it is. It is dogfight football.
What if they both get pick sixes?
Same time.
Yeah.
No, because
that'd be dogfight football though.
Pick 6, it's over.
Pick 6 over, but we got 22 guys on the field on the other side. In my eyes, I've just learned we got to take that. We can't have you on the field.
Sure. Well, because especially in Travis Hunter situation, their play ends, snap, offsides.
Yeah, because he is.
So, boom.
Right.
Game clock starts right away.
That's not a bad play.
Set go. I'm throwing this in the end zone either way.
So everybody's on the sideline, I guess, if they're not potentially up. But they better hustle. They got
to be ready.
What if they're just around the end zone that they're going into? Like the other offense and defense, like line the outside of the end zone.
Oh, so the other guys are out
practice. It's like a joint practice goal line period.
Guys would get hurt if they're
too gimmicky.
The ball. Yeah, too gimmicky.
I'll tell you, we do need something, though. Some form of a shootout. What does the NFL not have that other sports that aren't as entertaining have? A shootout. It's like you can have a shootout now. Like that is and when do we get to it? When there's already been 70 minutes of football.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like.
Yeah, look, think about hockey. Like hockey shootouts are awesome when it goes that like soccer as well. When was that soccer? This past year we saw the U.S. in a shootout, right?
A couple.
I don't know what. There's a tournament every weekend. I know that's the next World Cup, but we watched something happen recently. 3-6 months ago, I don't know, where the U.S. was in a shootout. Dudes were standing on their head, the goalies.
Yeah, so, yes, I remember that was with the backup goalie.
Yeah.
Gold Cup.
Gold Cup.
They were going after 90 minutes, too. They weren't doing the regular half-hour extra time in that tournament as well.
So, I don't think we should do that. I don't think it should just be game straight into shootout. But if it's game, then overtime, why not find out how we can do it at the end of it? Your fault.
Oh, why not game straight into shootout?
Oh, no overtime.
I mean, yeah.
Straight to 8-yard line.
Oh, shit, we got action.
What was that, the XFL 4-point play? Is that what was the 8-yard line? Do we remember what that was?
I don't remember.
Because you go for 1, 2, or 3, I think, after a touchdown. Going for 1 was at like the 2-yard line. Going for 2 was at like the 5-yard line. And I think going for 3 was maybe the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it might have been something like that.
Now, the XFL is nothing like the NFL. Okay, I would like that.
This is OG XFL. Like, he hate me XFL.
Yeah.
No, this is you.
Yeah, this was
new XFL.
Oh, shit.
Do they not do that in the old one too?
I don't think there was 3-point conversions in the old one.
No, just in the new UXFL.
Yeah.
Super
Okay.
duper league.
You watch.
It's still going on?
No, I did.
Somewhere.
Did you watch?
They're bleeding like a stuck pig. They got to figure something out.
They were losing a lot of money. And then their quarterbacks did a holdout.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys, it's been publicly stated, you guys lost $40 million.
I want $20 million.
Other.
Did you watch the UXFL? Did they ever ask you to coach in that thing?
No.
What?
The UXFL. What are you talking about?
You did combine them, I guess.
They did.
Yeah.
And they should not have got the X out.
No.
They turned that into UFL. You should have kept the X. Was really
The X was what made the league.
It was really the only thing.
Extreme.
Is it still happening?
Got to.
The UXFL?
We got Jake
Training
Bates out
camp's
of
in the
it.
winter, right?
Jake Bates, legend. We got a couple of dogs.
Yeah,
right?
Cavante Turpin. Yep.
Yeah.
Kickoff idea as a whole.
Puka Nakua's brothers in the UFC now.
What?
What's that?
Is he really?
No, he punched a fan that one time. I was just joking.
Yeah,
but he could be.
Yeah.
It was a swift hook.
It was destroying. Broke his back / neck during that game.
Happy he's
Almost-
okay.
Yeah.
That was scary as hell. I did not like that at all. There's stars in the UXFL, and we're happy that spring ball exists and there's more opportunities and everything. That was terrible to watch, though. You know, that was a tough brand of football to watch. You almost watched the crowd like in DC when they were drinking beers.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll catch on. Maybe BA should coach a team.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Bruce.
You want to head
No,
down
but I
to
tell you what,
Birmingham?
Yeah, the
they should go
Birmingham
back to like
Biscuits.
NFL Europe, where we allocate players. Put those young quarterbacks, put those young tackles out there, and let them play in the spring against each other, and get better quality, and then bring them back to camp. That's what we did with the NFL Europe.
Maybe you do NFL Europe. They're trying to get a thing in there. Maybe you reinstitute NFL Europe, then get some of the local guys to maybe play. Like Vinatieri and a local Amsterdam guy were kickers. So a guy from Amsterdam was a kicker, and then Vinny was also a kicker. So there's two kickers on the team. He was a soccer player, star, beloved over there. Vinny just trying to make his way on the Amsterdam Admirals. A lot of stars came through NFL Europe, and I think now would be a good time to launch that.
Yeah.
Now that Europe's kind of
Be a
getting
great
into
time.
it.
Great time.
Especially get some OGs. Isn't Tom Brady back playing football?
He is.
Yeah.
Gronk's back out there too, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think, AJ, have you seen Rushmore on X? Did you watch it yet?
I've only seen the clips. I want to watch it, though. It looks awesome.
Dude, it's very good. It is. They get into some real shit in there.
What'd you say? I don't know if these guys are boozing or what, but they're wide open. That sold it for me.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's not just Tom and Peyton who are wide ass open in this. Shaq and Reggie, wide ass open.
Yeah.
Nice.
Elon and the other guy, I mean, you're talking. This is the most authentic I've seen any of these people.
Yeah. Costas and Al Michaels is an awesome episode, too.
Sitting on a couch next to each other.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Just sharing stories from the last 100 years of sports, basically. It is available now at Rushmore on X. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning go through the Rushmore of receivers of football throughout the history of the NFL. Obviously, you can catch the clips on any of the platform. Full episode available on X. We're thankful to be a part of it. Shout out to Ari and Ben coming through earlier today. We have an interview with them. We're going to roll out tomorrow. It's a good time to be alive. We'll be back tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. Goodbye. Okay, I didn't do the digital toss there, but I did toss on Rushmore and X. AJ, we really did this shit now. Like this show. This Rushmore and X. It's the first time we've really gotten the opportunity to do this. You know, a lot of other sports production companies get called for everything. And I'm not going to say, like, we're friends with some of the good ones. There's some ass ones out there who have never made anything.
That's true.
And somehow they're like an authority just strictly because they can accomplish the task. Like, we can do that for you. And then they do it and it's ass every single, like that is the sports media world. Somebody has an idea, they pitch it. We've heard a couple different guys now come on the show and be like, we want to be the home for sports content. I think Glenn Powell literally just did it yesterday with
his studio.
Barnstormer.
Barnstormer. He's like, we want to be the home of sports media. And I assume Glenn Powell will have people around him that will be able to create good content. But there's a lot of people that have these hubs or production companies that I don't think they've made a single fucking good thing. And somehow they're still able to fundraise and they're still able to get deals and all this shit. So I talk shit on these people pretty good, like pretty loud, you know, pretty loud. I to people. I say, this guy makes ass. Why would I ever do something with that?
Yeah.
So this show got shot, audio, and you'll hear some audio clips through the entire thing we tried to fix. The shot's not really our thing. The booking, all RE, like everything was basically done. And they had a couple episodes made, and Ari was like, what do you think about this? And I said, where's this going? And he said it's going to live on X, which is a huge deal for us because we use X a lot. So them investing in shows on X is a good thing. But the people that edited it clearly have never been on X in their life, like never have used the thing. So I watched it and I said, I think this is shite, to be honest. But this is really good booking. Like the episode was like an hour and like 20 minutes or something. Like I was like, this is not, I don't know what you guys think you're doing here. Like on X, this is just, I don't know what, because he's friends with Elon. So he's like, why don't you edit it? And I was like, okay. And they just started sending us files. Literally just started sending us files just a couple months ago. So then we talk, Bailey, Dirty, D-Bone, Foxy, myself, I guess you could include me in that thing. We go to work on this thing and we start creating these shows. And all of a sudden we're watching them. We're like, these are really fucking good shows. These are really, really, really good shows. And then all of a sudden we become the production company for this. So this is our first time getting a chance to do this. The guest lineup is absurd.
Oh, yeah.
It's breaking down, I think, some real maybe walls on what X is going to try to become too, because X is trying to get into the content game. They're trying to do some YouTube. X is trying to be everything. We want to be YouTube. We want to be X. We want to be Instagram. We want to be this. So them, getting this deal for X exclusivity and then us being a part of it, we're very lucky and we think it's a good show. Like I think it's a very, very good show. I wish we would have rolled out a couple episodes, but that decision was made before I was allowed to speak. So next Tuesday, another episode coming. That's incredible.
There you go.
Is what you need to know, AJ. It's
teaser.
Yeah, the lineup is fucking outrageous, AJ.
What's the additional content available on YouTube, the Gram and TikTok?
Those are all the clips. So we're going to clip on all the other platforms. Full episode available only on X. Exclusivity on X. So YouTube is up and running. And once again, this show had zero handle, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
No.
Of course. Why would I have that?
That's kind of important to carry it where it's carrying.
I mean, Ari and Ben just got X accounts.
Yeah.
Like the host of the show, just the people that were editing it, I don't think it'd ever been on. It was an honor to be a part, because Ben and Ari, I don't even think they knew this while they're doing it. They created a show that nobody else on earth could create. Like Ari's relationships through business throughout all these years has ties with all these people that are the top of their industries. And it's like he gets them to open up. It's a very good show. We're lucky to be a part of it. I do wish we'd have another episode to follow up on.
Yeah, for sure.
Tomorrow.
But,
any name you don't
next
know
Tuesday.
on there, their story's unbelievable, and you're going to want to know their name too. Like, just looking at that list, I forget those names, but then I think of the episodes that they're in, and it's like, oh yeah, that guy invented insert coolest shit you've ever made.
Moguls, all moguls, really. You got a lot of mogul talk in here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of business conversation in here. There's a lot of debate. There's stories. There's insights. There's history of things that I could have never fathomed wanting to know about, and then all of a sudden I'm learning, I'm like, this is a pretty good fucking show. Nobody wanted to say it to Ari, because Ari is Ari.
Right.
But like telling them, like, hey, this is a pretty good fucking show you put together here. What? You think so? You think it's pretty good? You think it's okay? It's like, yes, I do think it is
We
very
watched
good.
every single episode as a group, and we were all captivated. And I would say we're pretty harsh critics, so yeah, it's a pretty good show.
Yeah, I'd say. Congrats to them on a great show.
Oh, yeah, boys.
And what if this is another avenue we get a chance to do? What if we get an opportunity to do some more shows?
That'd be sweet.
Would be cool. Watching Talk go through it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him a question and his face just...
Yeah. He's got the indent on his head.
Yeah, because he has one headphone on for this, and then he has an AirPod in this ear, so he's like a DJ with it off his one ear, but then in this ear, it's not free conversation. It's AirPod in here, so he can hear something else. And then, the indent on his head from his headphones, and then he's always sitting at his computer. So I'll ask him a question about something, or like, I don't think that's the right color. You look up to the side like a cockeye. What? It's been a lot of fun.
Exactly what it is.
It's been a lot of fun to kind of go through this. A lot of work, though. I mean, a lot of...
He did a great job.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of hours of shit and a lot of guests, and we got to make them all look good.
Mm-hmm. That's Taco.
And Ben, his name's not Taco.
That is Taco.
What do you mean?
It's Talk.
Yeah, but
Taco. It's Tuesday.
I was going to say, yeah, Taco.
All right, let's get to a break. It's BA Day. It's not Taco Tuesday.
Excuse me. LeBron invented that. I'm not trying to step on any toes.
There was a run there of LeBron creating everything, and boy, that was bad for his image, I think.
It was.
But I don't think he knew that everybody was trying to attack. I think he was just trying to have a good time.
I love the Taco
You're telling
Tuesday.
me he didn't invent Taco Tuesday?
Don't tell me that.
Barbershop conversations, potentially as well.
What do you mean?
Like, as a whole, I think people at barbershops did not talk.
Yeah, that had never happened before they did
Not
their
until
thing.
that show.
Yeah.
You walk into a barbershop,
Yeah.
and then you throw that key out.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
And then Braun was like, yo, we should talk.
In here. And then it kind of launched it.
I love that guy, man.
Pretty good. Do you see how young he looks at camp right now?
Look out. It ain't his last year.
He's wearing Lakers stuff, too. A lot of question marks.
Yeah, we'll see halfway through.
What do you mean? AD's wearing goggles.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm wondering if the Lakers collapse in a last year contract with one last ride on his mind. If LeBron decides, why don't you send me down to Dallas so I can play with my guys AD and Kyrie?
Could you imagine if Nico?
Exactly.
That guy. What if they make a winner?
They're in a pretty good spot.
How's Coop? Have we seen anything out of him?
So I'm dapping up Michael Jordan, and guess what?
What?
He had a goatee. He ain't 18 anymore. This kid's going places in the league.
The main event's got a goatee.
That's right.
It's a cool picture too with all the number one picks. Him, AD, and Kyrie. Thought that was pretty cool.
Look at that guy.
Okay.
Is that guy 45 or 18? I can't tell.
What do you think Michael Jordan's saying? I would have cooked you fucking 4 ways.
Yeah.
All right, bitch. See you later.
All right.
Dookie shit.
Yeah,
That's probably
yeah,
what he
yeah.
said.
Yeah, you're right. I
Little
forgot about
fuck
Little
dude.
banter. But I do got a question though, going back a few minutes. The barbershop talk. How is it in the white guys' barbershop? You guys have the same type of banter? Or is that like a two American situation?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I don't spend a lot of time in white guys' barbershops. Never really have.
Okay.
So not really my thing. I believe in a good fade. Okay. Salon, potentially as young buck, because when mom gets hair dyed, I'll get my cut just at the same time.
Very good time.
Not a bad time. I was a little boy. Salon's good time as a little boy. You know, mom getting the hair bleached down.
Get a lollipop.
Yeah, you get to hang out there. They're having interesting conversations. Male, white barbershops, I'm not 100%
Like
sure.
super.
Pretty lively. It's pretty lively. Yeah, it depends where you go, but it's pretty. It depends on which one. Some of them have more of a younger vibe. Some have more of like an old people, old stooge vibe where they don't talk much.
What's playing in there? Bad Bunny?
Sometimes.
Depends which one you're at. Is it English or Spanish? What is it?
What do you, Bad Bunny?
Yeah, is he gonna sing in English at the Super Bowl?
Don't you worry about Shambea.
Nailed it.
Went through his catalog. Unbelievably sounding music. It sounds great.
It is just kind of, we got to view it as a techno song.
Yeah.
And the words are just another sound.
That's
Boom.
fine. That's okay.
It's music
Exactly.
Is. It's vibes.
That's a great idea. Techno.
I'm a huge lyrics guy. I would like to hear the story being told.
Me too.
Okay, I would like to hear that. When I listen to music, I enjoy the story being told. I enjoy the lyrics. But for Super Bowl halftime, I guess I'm just going to have to view it as all sounds.
DJ guy.
Shambea. That's a great instrument, whatever that is. That's like in the
And
back.
in the show too, he's gonna put on
He's a showman.
a
he-
phenomenal
exactly.
show. And maybe that is a difference because I'm not a huge lyric. It's probably 5 songs I know every lyric to, but I do have friends that know every like a fucking walking beat jukebox.
I have to respect the story before I can respect the song. Me. So that I talk
I
about
don't
this.
even know the story.
What's that?
I usually don't even know the story or what the lyrics are saying. To be honest, they're saying everyone digests it differently.
Yeah, true.
So on that note, I actually had this theory about why people hate me so bad because they just hear the sound. They're not listening to the words that I'm saying. So it's like some people listen to music just for the sounds, and then some people listen for the lyrics that are happening. So I think there's a lot of people that hate the way my music is. It sounds, and I'm like, well, you listen. What I'm saying is making sense. I don't fucking hear your words. It's like, okay. Now I'm learning AJ. This guy hasn't heard a thing I've said. 7 years.
Oh no, I'm saying a song you can't have unbelievable lyrics is just a poem. But you need to put some great beat to. I need a beat to that to where I can follow along with a little bit of energy. So I like it's a mixture of both, but I need a good beat for me to get it invested in the song.
So I need clever lyrics or good lyrics, or I'm not supporting. It obviously has to be a banger as well, but I can't be having fucking the grass is blue,
Sure.
just bullshit lyrics.
Depends on the beat.
I can't do it. I mean, now granted, Du
hast. Du hast mich.
is foreign language. You have nothing, and there's terrible lyrics to that. I'll get after it. So this is just techno music is how we have to view Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
He's a DJ coming out there. That's how we got it. Our simple, non-Spanish speaking minds for American football's biggest game. We just have to utilize the lyrics as sounds is what we got to view it.
It's Calvin Harris, Tiesto, Bad Bunny. But to your point, like, people also didn't like it because of like the change that was going on, and there's a lot of like, this guy's acting like this for 3 hours. Like, you're like this 24/7, and no one really knows that. So it's like terrible. those people. It's a lot of assumptions and bullshit.
Yeah, but it's hard for them. I understand where you're coming from. I'm with me all the time. It's fucking a nightmare. Let's get to a break. On the other side, we'll break down every storyline that we haven't talked about yet, and obviously, BA's got to tell us something magical about something that happened in the past.
Here we go, Bruce.
I feel like we learn about football history with BA here. You know why? Because this fucker was in the book.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Hey, you remember like Bear Bryant? Yeah. You need to watch the documentary on the guy that created, what do I need?
Wishbone.
The Wishbone, yeah. Friend of mine created a Wishbone. You need to fucking watch the documentary about it. So we'll learn more about ball, and we'll cover everything that needs to be chatted about, including there has been a flex to a game.
Thank God.
So we like that.
Good, great move.
Huh?
Thanksgiving?
No, that's coming. Don't worry.
No, like a really shitty Saints-Pats game, Week 6. Don't.
Week 6, the 49ers and Bucks will go to 425.
Okay.
Instead of the Patriots and Saints.
Good move.
Yeah, I mean,
we like when they do this. We gotta like when networks do this. We gotta be happy about it.
Good job.
Executives, I think, are sometimes scared to pull the trigger because they want to piss off ownership or fan bases, or maybe ruffle any feathers at all. Just kind of let's go through a season. The flex is a weapon, and for the good of ball, we need some of these people in some of these powerful seats to be willing to take it on the shins from a couple fan bases for the overarching good of everybody's soul.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that is something that is very real, and that needs to be said, and it needs to be weaponized. We need to utilize the flex. We need to start doing that, especially if we know what some of these teams are.
And we need to write down the people who get upset when their team gets flexed out, because those people are so delusional beyond saving because they think their team's good enough to play in those primetime games.
And they're bad for ball.
Bingo.
Yeah. Let's get to a break. I'm happy we got to the bottom of that.
That's awesome.
Tone's got a college football chatter. BA's got some magic. And we're going to continue this incredible Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. Take 5.
5. I want to be on the record saying this is impossible to pick these.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Randy Moss was faster than every DB.
I'm going to go with Rob. He influenced me, Tom.
Your four were changed by the order in Tom's presentation?
Yes, of course. I started this idea. I can change.
I don't know how I can sit here and argue against Randy Moss. I drove 7 hours in the middle of the night to host him on a visit to Tennessee. I'm not okay with Gronk over Mark. I'm not signing the release and letting Tom come away with 2 Patriots. I don't have 1 Colts.
This is about Rushmore of receivers, which includes, for our purposes here, also tight ends.
That's the worst list I've ever seen.
Okay, that's the worst list?
My hobbies are spending time with friends and family and video games. I was looking at some list of things that turn women off the most, and one is if your hobby is video games.
Finals against the Lakers, up by 15.
16.
I think it was 15. I called the game.
I was at that game.
You were at the game, but I called the game.
Yeah, I'm sitting there next to Phil.
You have Iowa State wrestling on your Mount Rushmore. What are you talking about?
Okay, so what was your second one?
No, you're absolutely wrong.
3 guys.
I was a kid when you were still pissing off curbs. I bought that fucking record, and that was a band. Noel Redding.
You know what? I think there's only one thing left to do here. I've experienced cafecito time. I've experienced the wonderful culture. I've experienced the beautiful people, and I think we got some Canes over here. We got some Canes over here. We got some Canes over here. This day in Coral Gables is going to be one that I will remember for the rest of my life. Ray Lewis started his dance right here at Miami. Ed Reed started his legendary run here at Miami. The legends of football run deep. The moments are special. The national championships are in abundance. Just last year, a lovely University of Miami woman diver from Italy won a national championship. This thing's been staring at me all damn day.
You're out of your mind, brother. You're crazy.
Kirk, I'm a little winded.
That's what I was going to say. You talked the whole time you were running. I'm giving you a chance to catch your breath, you son of a bitch. You're crazy.
I hope somebody got a lifesaver over there.
Is there a lot of
something? My man's out of breath.
It is a long way to the top.
Are you going to jump in your suit? Are you going to jump in that full suit?
Yeah, so
I'm tired for you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to take the jacket off. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's taking the shirt off now.
Okay. All right.
Looking ripped.
Yeah,
looking ripped. Oh, he's taking the drawers off.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The pants.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Not the drawers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you come to this beautiful campus, you will notice quickly that the students here love this university. They love this atmosphere. And I'm with everybody. I think the U is back. Give me.
He's got the speed on. Oh, my God.
Give me the.
Canes, baby.
Here it goes.
Oh, God.
Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together.
I think that was the lead so for the pencil.
And he's got the U. Rushing it out.
Oh, my God.
McAfee with the refreshing plunge. Miami and Florida tonight. Let's have a look at that again. Check out the form, Herbie. Oh, man.
Let's see the toes.
We need just to
Good, pretty good.
Legs together, right?
Perfect. Perfection.
It is close to $1 million in prizes. Maybe we'll break that today. Over $1 million to charity for a total of over $2 million given away. And I got a feeling you might have somebody with a leg pat trying to take some more of your money.
Yeah, Reese, I appreciate you saying that it's my money. My wife, my daughter, and my mom are happy to hear that reiterated. I think it's very clear that no business would actually sign up to give away $250,000. Jack, what year are you here at Oklahoma?
Freshman.
You're a freshman,
yes,
okay.
Okay.
You're from Houston. What's your major here?
Accounting.
Okay, so it's going to be tough to count all the dollars if you make this kick. Have you ever kicked before?
I did one time. It was kickoff in a JV game.
How was it? Was it terrible? Did you kick it out of bounds?
It sucked.
I like that.
He came prepared.
Look at this. Guy brought cleats.
First
Guy
ever.
brought cleats. What is your mindset as you go?
Honestly, I'm clear-minded. I've been listening to a lot of music, so I'm locked in right now.
Who are you listening to?
Frank Ocean.
All right. Why don't we up this to $200,000 to you? And we'll keep the $100,000 donation for the light beneath the well that obviously the Michigan player is doing to make the world better. Michigan, Oklahoma potentially coming together. You're a lefty here, okay? If Ernest Hausman can dig some wells, you can somehow pull a rabbit out of the hat and hit a 30-yard field goal, not only for your bank account, you accountant, but also for the world. Go on, Jack! So much more. All right, let's go down. Jack, come here, Jack. Jack. Oh, shit. Okay.
Look at that swing!
Unbelievable.
Jack,
upset
Jack.
of the week.
Jack, come here, buddy.
The scouting report did not have that going through.
Okay, so it was a $100,000 kick.
Son of a bitch.
It ends up being $200,000 to you, $100 to Ernest Hausman's The Light Beneath the Well, $550,000 in total over the first 2 weeks. Jack, congrats, dude. That was unbelievable.
What just happened? I cannot believe you hit that.
It was all worth it, bringing the cleats, doing the whole thing.
Sir. How close did that come?
2 yards.
2 yards, you cleared it by. Congrats, Jack. Let me sign this check. What a magical morning here in North. Thank you, Ruby.
Why don't you let me beat your ass right here, right now?
You all want to see The Miz versus Pat McAfee right here, right now? I'm the host of WrestleMania, and I cannot make matches official.
Miz, I do believe your tiny balls are showing. Tiny balls. Tiny balls. Baby meat as well. There's
80,497
people here. Somebody has to be able to make a match official somewhere.
I am the dog father and the host of WrestleMania, so I feel like I could make that match happen. Right now, we got a ref, we got you, Let's get cracking. I'm out. Let's go.
And McAfee go right after Miz with the right hand, driving Miz back into the corner. Pat McAfee in action. This is a blatant sneak attack. He takes his duties as host of WrestleMania. Oh yes, Spinebuster! Derelict shows up. And check out his tank top though. He's got sparkles on it. You're behind this, aren't you? But no, I had no idea. You said the same thing in the Rumble. I didn't know this guy was showing up. Oh, what a kick by McAfee! Miz.
Hey, baby balls! Baby balls! Tiny meat!
In a $7,000 tuxedo. Yeah, good. George Kittle of the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not sure how wise that was. McAfee's got the official distracted in the ring. Kittle just took out Miz. Kittle telling McAfee to go on top. McAfee heading up to the top rope. And taking out the Miz. Now we're talking. Miz may never win another match. McAfee closing in on another WrestleMania victory. The all-decade punter with a punch to end this thing. Here's your winner, Pat McAfee. A surprise here tonight at WrestleMania Goes Hollywood.
It's electrifying here in Happy Valley. We're lucky to be here. And, you know, the way you win this is you have be the first 300 people here and you get a ticket. And then we randomly select a ticket, and that person gets an opportunity to kick a 33-yard field goal for an undetermined amount of money. This week, we had our man, William, right? What's your name?
William, yes, sir.
You won the raffle, and you said, I don't want to kick because I suck at kicking. Is that accurate?
More or less.
What is your major here?
I'm a finance major.
Okay, so money decision was, I suck at this. Let me try to find somebody who's good at this. How did you land on my man here, and what are your hopes in him?
Well, I was looking around. I saw my man. He said he plays soccer, and I was like, this is my guy right here. My guy Carson. I have faith in him, so I know he's going to get it done.
All right, you're Carson, right? You played high school soccer. Is that accurate?
I did play high school soccer.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're a Pennsylvania guy. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
Other than not football, soccer.
Okay. Well, hopefully you're terrible at this. It's $100,000. Are you guys splitting that 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll make it $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Okay?
You only get one kick, though. You've gamed the ticket game, which I appreciate and respect. It's up to $300,000, $150 for both of you. Only one kick, though, Herbie. We're not doing anything. I don't care how many Staters chant for another kick. Only one, Herbie. Played high school soccer. He's a good player.
We got a problem here.
That's right. It's a whiteout. It could be a special day. You can help out your guy, William, in winning $150,000. One kick, 300,000, two.
You got them. You're a good man.
This minute.
You're a good man.
Carson, congratulations.
You crushed that.
William, way to go.
No,
It has been an expensive year out here at the field goal kick. Carson, I'm proud of you, buddy. 300,000, 150 to you, 150 to you. Good finance decisions were made. And the first top six whiteout has a magical vibe and an expensive one. Roar! Thank you. Goodbye.
I think that maybe they should have turned that around and said thank you.
I actually don't think the quarterback plays as good as it used to be. Certainly understanding defenses, understanding pass concepts, being in a huddle, taking snap counts. I used to walk into the meeting rooms with, on a Tuesday, of 50 plays that I wanted in the game plan. I'd be hard-pressed to think there's any quarterbacks that go in there, maybe one or two, that go in there with actual plays of what they want to run.
That you came up with.
Yeah, that I came up with, that I were part of our plan, that Peyton did the same thing. There's a lot of guys that we play with that really understood what quarterback really meant. I think the lack of development in college football. Wow. I don't think there are college programs anymore. I think there's just college teams. And I think the NFL is getting less and less developed.
Is that because
players.
of NIL?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think jumping from team to team,
the portal, yeah.
The portal stuff, I don't think you're learning a lot of really tangible values that are going to sustain themselves over time. So the only reason why I performed the way I did over a long period of time was resilience, competitiveness. I took on every challenge. I failed a lot. I didn't have my parents there to save me. I overcame a lot of those things. Right, I gained a lot of self-confidence from overcoming them. And it's a very different era right now, even since the 2011 collective bargaining agreement, where the players, didn't have much time in the facility in the off season. The two-a-days got taken away. And some of those are for good reason. I'm sure there was important reasons why those things were done, but sometimes the pendulum swings too far one direction. So before we go too far down the line, I thought we were playing chess, and I think a lot of the guys now are playing checkers.
Do you think that's the same for every position? You think every position's kind of struggled in development?
You think that's true, Peyton?
Tom played 4 years in Michigan. He had the same head coach, same offensive coordinator, came out of that program, and then, obviously because of his consistent play, played in the same system for basically his entire career in New England. He had three different coordinators, Charlie Weiss, Josh McDaniels, O'Brien, but it was the same system, right? But he earned that respect, and he earned that consistency and continuity. That's how you develop. And it's just tough when I feel for NFL quarterbacks already that get drafted and they have 6 different coordinators in 6 years. That's hard to develop. And now that's happening in college. I mean, you saw the guys that got drafted this year. A lot of them went to 3 different colleges.
Right.
It's hard to really develop. I mean, I played for the same coordinator at Tennessee, David Cutler.
Did you move that coordinator in the pros to Denver, the same?
Yeah, I mean, I was very lucky. I had 14 years of the same coordinator in Indianapolis. And when I came to Denver, the Broncos took my Colts playbook and said, hey, circle all the plays you want to run. We'll run all those, and we'll add some plays, and we'll work together. But they basically did it, based around what may be comfortable. And Tampa did the same thing with Tom, or at least they, finally kind of got to that point. They went on to win that Super Bowl in that first year. And that just makes, good common sense. And so David Cutler, my coordinator and quarterbacks coach for 4 years at Tennessee, and kind of remained my coach throughout my career, kind of my consultant. So like Tom said, it's definitely changed.
Hey.
What?
Let's go. This show stinks. And the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping! Stop! Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this magical BA Day, September 30th, 2025. Hour 3 of the program begins now.
Football!
That's 47-year head coach, football coach Bruce Arians. This is AJ Hawk. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Good luck to all the baseball teams today.
Thank you.
You came in wearing like a full uniform today.
Pretty much had to. This is go time. When you watch 162 regular season games, give or take, like it fucking matters. It really matters.
Connor just did the you and me both, brother, when he talks about watching 162 games. It's been a long season, a lot of ups and a lot of downs.
Yeah, I mean, big time. There was a point where I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs, after going to the World Series last year. It's just really fun, and it's nice when, we don't have football the next couple days, to have something to be, incredibly invested in on, a Tuesday or a Wednesday. It's awesome.
We have somebody joining us from the baseball world. Bruce, who's joining us?
Somebody's joining us?
Yeah, is in Schwartz.
It's tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes,
Schwarbo is joining us tomorrow.
Shit. Sorry.
Yeah,
Let's go.
This is a big deal. Yeah. So I'm very excited about this. Schwarbo is hilarious.
Oh, imagine, brother.
Yeah.
You a baseball guy?
Oh, yeah. Baseball is probably my best sport.
You? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're a pitcher?
No, I was a catcher.
Oh, wow. Did you see what Cal Raleigh did this year?
Oh, baby. Unbelievable.
He deserves the MVP, doesn't he?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because he was a catcher and he's also hits from both sides of the plate. He had more home runs. This guy's part of everything. I mean, maybe one of the greatest seasons of all time whenever it's all said.
By far for a catcher.
Yeah.
Thank you for that designation, Coach. Mm-hmm. For a catcher. Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Coach.
We don't have to do this like Aaron Judge led the MLB, not just the AL. The MLB in basically every statistical category except for home runs. But don't worry, he hit 53 of those too. So, I know Cal Raleigh hit, 8 homers more than Judge. You're right. Let's give him the MVP. Let's do it.
It wasn't just that. He's sitting on both sides of the plate. He's hit on both sides of the plate. He's doing it all.
He's catching every day.
Yeah.
He's squatting, standing. He's on every single pitch. He's in there.
I had both my knees replaced.
Because this guy was catching. Cal Raleigh's leading the leagues.
Wow. I get it. He's a very important player. Very important player. Seattle doesn't get where, they get without a guy like Cal Raleigh. So, and you know what? If I'm not going to say that. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to say
How many AL MVPs does Judge have?
He has 2 currently. Got robbed of one. Altuve won when that little motherfucker was cheating when he had the exoskeleton on.
That's not that. Jeff Basson said that was proven to not be true.
He didn't have the exoskeleton on, but he cheated for 3 fucking years. So
they were doing what other people were doing, just at a much larger extent.
Yeah, exactly. No teams had any problems with what all the other teams were doing. Like the Apple Watch is like, hey, let's do this kind of stuff, and then those guys had to be jackasses and take it 100 steps over the limit, which is fine. It's fine. They won a World Series. It worked. But, no, Judge should have.
So this
he should be winning his 4th MVP.
4th or 5th one here this year. But there's a chance, from what I've been told, maybe because of how good Cal Raleigh's season was and what he did for the Seattle Mariners, maybe he wins it because, you might not have a destiny-like year like this year for Cal Raleigh ever again.
And that's okay, because guess what? In the grand scheme of things, winning the MVP matters to me. Judge don't give a fuck. He wants a ring. That's what I want. So if he doesn't win the MVP and the Yankees go win the World Series, who gives a shit?
I don't know what this tweet is from Ben Verlander, but I'm excited to read it live on air for the first time. MLB attendance and viewership numbers from 2025 are in, and the growth is insane. Okay, baseball.
Wow.
Way up across every platform. Fox says baseball up 9%. Fox Sports 1 says 10%. ESPN says up 21%. TBS 29%. MLB Network 13%. I don't know what that one is. And then MLB TV plus 34%. What is NHK?
I have no idea.
Is that North Korea? Is there?
It better not be.
I think so.
Although I have heard that Kim Jong-un throws fucking heat. Like gas.
Well, then he also has a knuckleball.
Yes.
And he has a curve and a slider.
Yeah.
He has everything you could potentially need.
He does. I think he has I know he has the fastest recorded pitch ever, 274 miles an hour.
It is not North Korea. It is actually Japan. Okay, so
there we go.
It wasn't. Okay, so it's Japan, which is obviously makes sense because the amount of Japanese talent in the MLB right now, obviously immense. Shohei Ohtani leading the way with it all. We're very lucky for that. And then Third straight year of attendance growth for the first time since 2007. 71.4 million fans. I don't know how that number comes together. Social media, most viewed season ever was 17.8 billion views. Once again, I don't know what accounts those are coming from, but I do know baseball is much more prevalent. Baseball stars showed up. So shout out for those stats from Ben Verlander. Shout out to baseball, making some changes to the game and seeing some benefit, but also their stars showing up in the biggest moments, which is why this wild card should be electric.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I mean, to even have this discussion, like Cal Raleigh versus Judge, that's like two guys, and then Shohei, obviously Schwarber. Like, there are a handful of guys around the league where, like, the MLB simply can't afford for those guys to get hurt or not play well, and all those guys just continually, and it's been like the last couple years now, but when like the spotlight has really been on and they're kind of trying to make a push a little bit, like it seems like one of those guys is doing something special like every night.
That's why we need Paul Skeens and the Pirates to make some big money investments this offseason.
Without a doubt, he should be pitching this time of year.
Put him on a different team, for sure.
Without a doubt.
Whoa!
Got to.
Hey, don't let the Reds knock the Dodgers out and get the star power out of the playoffs, but Reds are pretty sneaky out there.
Okay, I'm happy to hear you're pulling for all the platforms to be Dahn during the playoffs because Shohei Ohtani is the needle mover, and the Dodgers, Kershaw's final ride here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of storylines through the Dodgers. The Reds ruining that would be terrible for baseball.
They've already said if it goes to 3 games, Shohei will probably start game 3. So
as a pitcher?
Yeah.
Let's go, Redlegs!
So
I love that.
Is this?
What do you mean you don't love that?
Well,
you don't want to pitch?
First and foremost, I hope this thing doesn't go 3, because if it goes to a winner-take-all, like, the Reds are scrappy now. They're a scrappy ball team. They play small ball, like they don't care about hitting homers. I just don't. I don't love Shohei. Let him focus on hitting.
What did you see? You're a hater. You're a hater.
I'm not a hitter. I'm not a hitter.
You got a Babe Ruth jersey on.
Yeah, that's what the big Babe did. Isn't that what I heard?
Early on. And then he just started hitting because that fat son of a bitch would call his shot and he'd hit a homer every time. And that's what we needed him focusing on. We don't need you throwing fucking 92-mile-an-hour lollipops right down the middle for.
Shohei's going to hundo.
No, I know. Shohei's throwing a lot harder. I'm just saying, he hasn't been otherworldly pitching this year. That's all I'm saying.
I saw a couple of tweets from some people throughout the year saying this guy just won 5 innings, no hits.
Yeah,
throwing strikeouts.
His last start was good. 5 innings, no, but I mean.
Oh, so that was literally his last start. I saw that from
his final start of the season. Yeah, he threw 5 innings. Shutout ball.
Hey, Jay, they've never said I wasn't a what have you done for me lately guy. They've never said that about me. I don't think that's accurate, but shout out to baseball, man. We're happy for baseball.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Reds knocking out the Dodgers. Kirk Herbstreit would be so happy.
Oh.
Is there a diehard contingency of Reds fans that are feeling something special about this particular group of boys that are out on the diamond for the Cincinnati Reds, AJ?
Yes, of course, and they are led by Kirk Herbstreit. Tito Francona, we know the great manager that the Reds have. This guy is invested. He is all in. So, yeah, imagine the Reds going on the road, 3 road games. Maybe they don't even get to 3. Maybe they just win the first 2, and we call it a day.
A lot of baseball chat here today. Tigers, Guardians 1-1.
Yeah, as of the last time I checked.
Still 1-1.
Still 1-1. There we go.
What inning?
Bit of pitcher's duel.
Top of 6.
Top of 6 is cagey affair. That's
It is
baseball.
cagey
Hey,
affair.
that's wild card baseball.
Hell yeah.
I want to see home runs and stuff, but that's wild card baseball.
We were never going to get home runs from this early one. These next 2 games, that's where your opportunity. Well, and the Dodgers, obviously, those were going to be your a lot of home run opportunities in those games.
The Cubs have any chance here?
Yeah.
We have some friends that are diehard Cubs
Sure,
fans.
it's in Chicago. They're good. I mean, Padres got a lot of power. Padres bullpen, very, very, very strong. Cubs, maybe not so much. So, if you're the Cubs, I think you're hoping it's maybe a bit of a slugfest. Cubs could absolutely win this series.
Red Sox, Yankees, then it comes down to this, one of the greatest rivalries in all of sports. I believe there is a rivalries Rushmore coming out here in a few weeks. That's Bob Costas and Al Michaels chit-chatting about him. Yankees, Red Sox, obviously mentioned throughout the entirety of it. Boston team, you've really enjoyed this squad.
Oh, yeah.
Is Tony still playing?
Tony unfortunately got hurt. Terrible injury, but he was still celebrating with the boys in the clubhouse once they clinched to play
That's Tony baseball. I can't wait. The boys are good, though?
Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, you guys know me. I'm locked in 162, 365 when it comes to baseball.
What it
do, bingo. But, yeah, I mean, fucking Teddy Williams. The shades of Teddy Williams are going to be in New York City for Boston.
Did
Now,
you not know whose jersey?
I completely blanked if I grabbed. I forgot if I grabbed the Williams or the Damon this morning. I don't know. And I should have because I just said Babe Ruth, and I was like, oh, fucking Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, old baseball guys, us two. But no, I mean, I love the Sox. It's just one of those teams in Boston where, you like them when they're good, and when they're not, you don't give a fuck. So guess what? We're good, and I care. And we got a pitcher tonight. And all these Judge stats are cool. Would be a real shame if old Aaron Judge laid another egg in the postseason to the Boston Red Sox. This might destroy Judge's, whole entire, fucking big tall guy. That whole thing. If Judge lays an egg against the Red Sox in the first season, you better grab some fucking Devil's Reserve, buddy. He's fucked. He's going to need a lot of booze to do something like that. I'm just throwing that out there. And I know he's nervous. I know you're nervous that Judgy maybe he does have some yips in the playoffs, and that might carry over.
Right? It is.
Oh, yeah.
It is. No, yeah. And if they do lose to the Red Sox and he doesn't play well, it will be very, very loud. And the guy going tonight for the Red Sox is one of the best pitchers in baseball, but, it's go time. It's go time. Guess what? If you can't beat the Red Sox, you don't deserve to fucking win a World Series.
Amen.
I'll tell you what, Connor. Playoff baseball is sweet, tropical, and spicy, isn't it?
Amen.
You really fit that.
Amen. I thought I saw something pop up on the screen, so I was like, oh, fucking, it's got to be this. It's got to be.
You nailed it. Look at it. You nailed it. Look.
Yeah. I thought I saw the colors. But yeah, sweet, tropical, spicy, all the fucking greatest shit you've ever had. I actually had a bunch of Cuervo last night. It was wonderful, especially when I can't find the text, Bruce.
You can't even get an ad out.
Shit.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you snuck it in pretty good, though.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm not sneaking it because I fucking love it. More than anything.
More than anything?
More than...
He did say that.
Yeah, you guys heard me. I was like, holy fuck, dude. You guys got this Devil Reserves yet? No, but for shoot, I do love this shit. You can go to your local liquor store or go to Cuervo.com to purchase your own bottle of mischief. But remember, must be 21 years old. Hand over again. I just hate that sentence, man. But remember, must be 21 years old and over, and please drink responsibly. But genuinely do love the Devil's Reserve. I am not a tequila guy, never have been. Tried some of this and it was good, so I will dabble in the reserve.
Was it kind of?
A little bit
sweet,
tropical, spicy.
All I know is that it was devilishly good, boys. I mean that's what it says, baby. Reserva, Jose Cuervo, Devil Reserve.
Man, you did so good. You did so good. It is good.
I do like it, though. Yeah. I mean, I suck at this shit, but I like this booze. I really do.
You are not great at this. That's why it's a good time for all of us. Yeah. For you to be the one that has
I have fun, too, especially when Bruce sends me sentences like, but remember, must be 21 years old and over, and please drink responsibly.
I went back to the drawing board on that one, and it stumped me, too. I don't even know how to say it.
Right?
It's weird.
21 or over.
Yeah. 21, yeah.
Yeah, must be 21 or over.
That's
there it is.
What are we talking about?
To drink.
We found it. Great work.
Holy shit, we split the atom. So
it's registering with me that's a thing. 21 plus over. I knew that for a while. I knew that. Again, I'm one of those like, hey, if there's a prompter in front of me, I'm gonna fucking read it. You know, this is what the sentence says.
Or they shut it down?
Then I mean, you know, then fuck you, San Diego.
Yeah, what did they do? That all right. Let's go over to Hammer.
Dahn.
Town college football is batting 1,000. Talk about ratings being up for baseball. College football is the same exact thing, has been all year. Did you have a sweet, tropical, spicy take on college football? Or
I hope so.
How should we be viewing how the college football season's going right now?
I always have a sweet, tropical, spicy taste on college football, Pat.
Oh, it's like Devil's Reserve.
God, I love a Devil's Reserve. Me and Connor polished off a whole bottle last night. It was
Tony,
awesome.
Don't tell everybody about that.
What do you guys? Where was it? Was it with your daughter, or where were you guys at?
No, I went downtown.
Oh, nice.
You joined the Downtown Boys for a bottle of sweet tropical spicy.
Listen, when you have a doubleheader that good, you can't miss out.
And he's not talking about the game.
He's talking two of those. The Devil's Reserve.
Yeah, two bottles of them, which, yeah. We drank the other one.
We would not recommend drinking 2 bottles of those.
No, especially with
drink
only 2 people.
responsibly.
Yeah, drink responsibly.
Maybe patent that one too. Drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Did you guys have that one in there? Or did you find that?
Yeah,
no, I think it says must drink responsibly. I mean, you gotta.
21 or older too is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Just piecing that together.
Yeah, they get you.
It will get you.
AJ, you ever have any of this?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, sweet, spicy, goes down smooth. I
Tropical.
love it. Yeah.
Tropical?
Yeah.
Tropical, yeah.
All right, let's you know what's not tropical? Everywhere in college football but the University of Miami Hurricanes. That is a resort down there. They're still rolling. They got a huge one this weekend. What should we be chatting about in the college football world, Tone?
Let's start with this past weekend. Just in case anybody missed it, we start in Happy Valley State College, where you were for game day. Penn State was down 17-3 in this game, and then they stormed this fourth quarter comeback to make it 17-17. They score first in overtime, obviously, and then Oregon tops that to take it to a second overtime. And unfortunately, that's where things turn Penn State. That's just kind of what they do. Oregon gets a easy touchdown on their first play in the second overtime, and then obviously Drew Aller throws the interception in the second overtime on their possession to Tiananmen, who was transferred from Purdue. The huge transfer.
Exciting White.
Yes, he is. Don't forget it, D-Bud. So that was a huge one, obviously, in Happy Valley. And then the other big one of the day was we went down to Georgia, where they were on a 33-game home winning streak between the Hedges. And Alabama came out early and often. They scored 24 points in the first half, and that was all they needed. That's Caden Proctor, their left tackle, getting the wide receiver screen right there. Tell you what, it is not DeBoer, and especially when DeBoer wears that black hoodie. He is undefeated wearing the black hoodie. I don't understand why he doesn't wear the black hoodie every single game. Just something to think about.
Yeah, it should be a big night with that. What'd you say, Connor?
What's that? I love this play. This is the best play. Caden Proctor is the man.
Yeah, Coach Arians, how come they're not giving him the ball every time, BA? Why don't we just give the ball to him every play?
Definitely down on the 5-yard line for sure, man. I mean, he looked like a wide receiver spinning in there. He looked like.
Who'd you feed? Vita Vea, right? We got Vita Vea the ball a couple times.
Vita caught a touchdown, yeah.
Whenever you're drawing a place with these guys get excited about this.
Oh, God, yeah. I said, Vita, just work on a good dance because it's going to be a touchdown. I got to see a good dance. And he froze on me. He got excited to come running off. I said, "Where's the dance, brother?"
Oh, not anymore.
He got it all.
They got to figure it out right now. A lot of aura. The big guys, though, that lifts the morale of the entire team.
Oh, yeah.
Legitimately.
Yeah. And we'd always holler, "Vita's goal line." He'd come screaming down. Defensive line, they'd stop practice, watch him. Oh, he's going to get a pass this week.
That's amazing. Anytime we did fake punts or something or fake field goals, always throw it to a fat guy. Okay, even if the ball is definitely going to tight end in game, there's always going to be some tackle releasing downfield or somebody dragging behind, and it's a huge guy. In practice, we're running this fake. Never throw it to the tight end. Never throw it to anybody. You get it to the fattest guy on the field every single time. And the reaction from the entire building, anytime one of the big guys gets a ball, is electrifying. When they were practicing that with Proctor, I assumed the building was electrifying whenever they were going through it. Mm-hmm. And I think this Alabama team, AJ, hey, started out the worst they could have possibly started. Now they're rolling. And I like that they're doing this with Proctor, AJ.
It's awesome what they're doing with Proctor, but I think they just need to do this a few more times, get some more victories, some blowouts to have that Alabama, that aura, that mystique about them that the Patriots had for so long in the NFL, that Alabama had for so long under Nick Saban. I think they can kind of regain that a little bit. They lost it early in the season, but I think they can get that back.
A lot of question marks for what the future was going to be down there in Alabama. It feels like the future for us is going down there for them taking on Vandy.
Ooh. Love that.
Isn't that crazy? We're going to Alabama Vandy this weekend. That's a incredibly large compliment to Diego and everybody at Vandy, but also they've earned it every step of the way. This Vanderbilt team is fun, and they're the team that everybody's going to look at during this NIL transfer portal era and say, hey, you can change the entire culture of your university overnight. Have you watched much of Diego play? He is special.
Close and personal against Virginia Tech and scored 34 unanswered in the second half. And now I guess he's trying to get a seventh year.
They're going to give it to him too, I assume.
They should.
They're going to give it to him.
Now, but
they should.
Hey, but he's a hell of a football player now.
A lot of moxie.
Yeah.
Oh, tough. And they got a big, strong offensive and defensive line. They did it. They built their trenches in the right way.
You talk about him being tough. I saw a video he did, maybe with On3. I forget who it was. It was a TikTok or a reel, and build the perfect quarterback. And it was like, they were asking him. It was like a rapid fire. And they're like, football IQ or something like that. And I think he said Peyton or something like that. And then he said, like, mindset. And he said Tom. And he said athletic ability. Or he was like Lamar or something like that. And then he said toughness. He said me. And then the next one, he won. And then it was like arm strength or something. He said Vic. Like, he put together, like, the perfect one. But when it was toughness, he was very proud that I am a tough motherfucker. And I was like, I love this guy more and more the more I hear him talk. And it takes that type of guy, underappreciated, undervalued, to go to a place and have enough fucking confidence in himself and damn near arrogance you have to have that you can take on and be something that your school has never been before. What a match made in heaven down there for Vandy. I'm so pumped that we're going to a Vandy game, actually, because I wish it would have been in Nashville, because first of all, I love Nashville.
It's a great place.
Love Nashville. I do love Nashville. But also, these schools that don't get game day a lot, and we feel honored that game means something. That is very cool that I'm a part of something where that actually means something. But whenever we go to a place that doesn't happen, it is fucking outrageous. So now that it's a Vandy game, I still think it's special because it's not normal. But going down to Bama here with Kalen DeBoer, Saban on set, should be an electrifying weekend.
Well, and that's what might be kind of sweet is Bama's one of those places you would slot as like, hey, they've won so much, don't really care about game day. Because of the Vandy, Bama, Saban debacle last year, like all of a sudden, Vandy's coming in like, well, we're going to beat Bama. And Bama's also looking at it as, hey, we kind of have to get Saban's back. They a little bit dunked on him after they beat us last
Not
year.
just a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of it.
There's a lot of dunking on Saban's head from the Vandy people who've not won as many games as he's won national championships. So that was a wild time, but he certainly, all right, I stepped in it this time. That's rat poison. I did it. He's awesome on TV. But I like that we're going down there, Tone. What else should we be thinking about whenever we look ahead to this weekend, Tone Diggs?
Well, yeah, that is a big one. And the cool part is of the SEC this year is they played the exact same schedule that they played last year, but just the home and away are flipped. So this game last year was after Bama beat Georgia with the Ryan Williams spin move or whatever. Bama becomes the number one team in the nation and then loses to Vandy. So there's a lot of implications this year. Same exact situation, except for Bama's at home and they're looking for revenge. So that's interesting. The other big game, not as big as it would have been if Florida State didn't lose on Friday night in Virginia in that awesome game. But Miami going to Florida State, another test for Miami early in this season. Obviously, they've played Notre Dame already. They've played Florida already. So another one going to Florida State. Miami versus Florida State is the other top 25 versus top 25 game of this weekend.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, D-Butt.
Yep.
Florida State, Miami guys, a lot of commonalities there, right?
Yeah.
That is like the Florida has Florida boys, of course, but Florida State and Miami normally similar recruiting process.
That is that's the rivalry for especially South Florida kids, Florida fans. When UM is UM, you always look forward to that Florida State game. Florida Gators, when they're good, obviously that's a thing too, but this is the rivalry regardless of what the records are. Wish Florida State would have handled business last week and won that game to make this an even bigger deal. But their offense showed up. I think it's still going to be a good game. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, this is the one, especially when you're talking about, hey, the U is back. The mystique, the swag, the aura, all that shit. It's about what's your record, just like at Ohio State, what's your record against Michigan? At these different schools, as a Seminole or Hurricane, what is your record against the Op?
Okay, and that's ACC football down there.
Yeah, this is old Big East football, too.
Oh, yes.
I mean, these guys have been going back for a long time. And like I said, the kids all know each other. They got recruited together. So it's a big game for Carson Beck. Yeah, he's been playing really, really well on his little redemption tour. And I can't wait to watch this one.
How do you feel about the transfer in quarterback? It's worked.
Yeah.
It has worked basically everywhere.
Across the board.
Yeah. Will Howard wins the national championship. Riley Leonard was in the national championship finals. Obviously, Diego transfers in, transforms Vanderbilt entirely everywhere. Kind of basically
Oregon.
Hire an assassin.
Dante Moore,
Dylan Gabriel before that. Mateer at Oklahoma. They brought in the OC. It feels like this is how I know you're a part of the Virginia Tech hiring process. But it feels like a quick way to win is get a very good quarterback and maybe the coordinator as well.
There's no doubt about it. And I think it's hurting quarterbacks, but it's really helping college football. I mean, to get to get over the hump quickly, to go get a quarterback, get the coordinator with him, and all of a sudden you're playing in the championship.
Hurting quarterbacks though because
they're not developing. They're not staying in the same offenses. I don't think they're getting better prepared for the National Football League. Talking to Tom and Peyton about the same thing. They were the same guys in college for the whole time, and you learn that way. You get better that way. Bouncing around, you make a lot of money now.
Yes.
Totally different. Totally different. It's not about I can make as much money now than I can my first 2 years in the NFL. So I'm all for it.
Good for the game. Does it sacrifice future talent? That is what's good for now. Is it good for later?
Development for sure, right? It's like being proven damn near right now, just with quarterbacks, especially like Danny Dimes right here even.
Peyton and Tom, good development is happening to him. Mac Jones took like 4 years to develop, and he was in like an NFL system with Sark down there in Alabama.
Baker.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield, I guess, took him a little bit, even though, whenever he came into the NFL, he had success.
True. Yeah, I forget about that.
He was Rookie of the Year.
You forget that
success.
The touchdown record.
With their defense.
He broke the touchdown record?
For a rookie, yeah.
They'd be like a top 2 to 3 favorite.
What happened? Honestly, what happened?
With their defense, with the Cleveland Browns defense, and just Baker Mayfield playing anywhere near where he's playing right now.
With Judy?
Oh, my God. And then the running back situation,
Yeah.
He won a playoff game for the Cleveland Browns
against
the Steelers.
And he has that demeanor too that would go like the Browns fans, like with how Baker is and how he plays and how he puts his body on the line, like it makes perfect sense.
He lived in the stadium.
They unlocked beer when he won the game.
You're right.
He shotgunned beers at numerous Guardians games, I think.
Send them to London. That's who we're sending to London to be the trial run for a team over there. Cleveland. And their home base can be Cleveland still. But get the fuck out, okay? This sucks, too.
The Jets and Browns should combine teams and go to London.
The Jets, I don't know if they're ever going to win like that. I was watching that game, and I was like, Michigan won a national championship like this, okay? Michigan just was able to be more dominant than you. We don't have to throw the ball. We're just going to run it. I don't know if that's going to work in the NFL. Like, I don't know. That was interesting last night. What was that messaging, you think, last night? What is the what is it?
What do you mean? They're trying whatever they can to win a game, I guess. But they turned the ball over like 3 fumbles as well. I mean, I guess that's the one positive you could take. Hey, we fumbled the ball 3 times and we only lost by 6 points, so that maybe it's a moral victory.
And 15 penalties.
Tall.
10 of them pre-snap.
No.
Sins. A lot of sins.
Can't do that to yourself.
It's Jets beating Jets, baby.
Is that ever going to stop? Aaron Glenn, I
think Aaron's going to put some discipline in the program. I really like Aaron Glenn. I think his personality, he hasn't had a chance to really build this thing yet. I think next year they're going to be a totally different organization.
To play devil's advocate with the way he is, he's a pretty intense guy. They're saying, the media was on the other side of the locker room. They could hear him just motherfucking the team for 20 minutes after the game.
10 pre-snap penalties.
10 pre-snap penalties, all that stuff. He said that was the first thing he said. Hey, we're going to clean up the penalties. That is not going to be the way we play football. Inside that locker room, let's say this continues, they go 0-8, and you got a guy just riding your ass nonstop. I mean, I'm not talking mutiny, but when do guys start saying, like, fuck this guy?
Matt Patricia.
Bingo.
Eric Mangini.
Bingo.
There's been a couple other situations where this was seemingly the storyline. Mangini in Cleveland. You were coaching in Pittsburgh at that time? Okay, so we were in Indianapolis, and I think I was a rookie, and I was hearing from other people in our locker room what they were hearing from their college teammates of what was going on in Cleveland. I think they were doing 6 a.m. Oklahomas, the rookies.
I was hearing the same thing. That was going throughout the league. That wasn't just to you. We all heard it. I had teammates. Yeah, everybody was hearing about that.
Me, as punter, gassing it up so much. Like, boys, I would be there. I'd be there right on the sideline letting you know, like, let's get after it, boys. Everybody had the same reaction. Fuck that. Thank God I'm not in Cleveland. I couldn't even imagine what the Browns players were thinking as it was going through. If you win, it's good.
It's a crazy story. I was supposed to go in for the interview on Saturday to be the head coach. And he hired Eric on Thursday, I think.
Oh, so we had Baker.
Yep.
Potentially had BA. He'd go on and win Super Bowl as a head coach, obviously, and that entire thing. Cleveland's made a lot of decisions. They certainly made a lot of decisions. But if Mangini would have won when he was doing Oklahoma drills at 6 a.m., everybody would have bought in. If the Lions would have won when Matt Patricia was doing whatever Matt Patricia was doing, everybody would have bought in. But whenever you don't have success, the locker room immediately goes, so this sucks worse than everybody else and we're not winning? I don't fucking think so.
Yeah.
Like
Bill O'Brien.
There's another instance right there. Like, this sucks. We're not doing this. But if you have success, you got to almost be like win immediately. Does that worry you with AG or no?
No. With his personality, no, not at all. No, he's a corner, man. He forgets that shit quick.
Yeah.
And but he's not going to. I don't think they'll mutiny on him at all, even if they're 0-8, because you just want to see get better and better and better, clean the shit up, and you go back to Peyton's 3-13 year. You know, we weren't, but we got better each week in practice, and the guys never quit. They say, hey, we're getting better. You know, and the next year we're 13-3.
And the players got to take ownership too. Like, it's not him fumbling the ball. It's not him jumping off sides or false starting and shit. Like, you can look at each other and say, hey, it's us. Now, we hate players only meetings, but like you got to police your own, your own locker room. What he's preaching, I'm sure he's preaching all the right shit. He played, and the difference between a lot of the coaches' name, like, he played in the league for a long time, and then he went kind of the long route to get to this job. He was a scout, he was a coordinator, he was a coach. He's been around other good coaches. He's been around a turnaround. It was terrible. What was the record first year?
0-10 we started.
Started 0-10 in Detroit, but you stuck to it, and a lot of that started from the ownership level. The ownership level came in and said, hey, this is our guy. We got his back. This is how we're going to do things. It's got to be the same way with the Jets. Now, before that, in our lifetime, Detroit hadn't done anything right, and it's the same kind of story with the Jets. Now, will they start to do things right from the top down? We'll see.
Let's talk about the other guy that left the Lions, Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
He might be hitting here.
Yeah.
His team might be kind of fun. Now, this would be considered early, I think, in a culture shift. By week 5, kind of everybody bought in. Maybe even by week 4, it was already bought in. That's when, like, his speech in the locker room afterwards, very intense, but everybody, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Everybody, yes, sir. It's like, holy shit, this guy might have flipped this group into being what he envisions them to be, and obviously they can only get better. That's like a exact conversation point that we're having right now. Feels like Ben Johnson's got Chicago buying in to what he's been pitching, and everybody says he's a hard-ass, accountability-driven guy. It's like, kudos to Caleb for buying in. Kudos to the defense for buying. Like, congrats to everybody seemingly buying in and it working out for them. And maybe this is a whole new era. The Ben Johnson era is one that brings success to Chicago, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you bring in a coach that's drastically different from the guy you had before, there's going to be like a little bit of an adjustment period for the team. And Ben Johnson, like, I think players know, and it's like a corny thing, but if you think, like, even if your coach yells all day, every day, and he's crazy and he does this, if you feel like he cares about you and he like truly cares about you as a human, like, and each player feels that way, I think you'll do anything for him, especially if you can win some games and you see like, oh, okay, he's not just yelling at me to yell at me. He's put me in good position to make plays. And when I step out of that, that's when I make mistakes. Whatever. If I do what he's kind of guiding me through, I'll be all right. And I think now they have some hope early, and they did not have any hope. They didn't have hope, 3 weeks ago? People were pretty upset.
I didn't have hope that I thought the Caleb experience was going to be a bad one. I thought it was going to end with him going to a couple different teams and then maybe finding his shit down the road, which I was bummed out about. I want to let you know, because generational conversation was happening whenever he was coming out of USC, and I thought, man, this ain't going to work. This is what they talked about last year with his recollection of the defense and what they were trying to put on, and then what Ben Johnson was trying to put on his plate, and then how it was looking and the conversations that were taking place. And it's like, well, does Ben have the power in that room, or does Caleb have the power in that room? We'll see what the future looks like. Now it's like, wait a minute, Ben Johnson is the right guy to get the most out of Caleb, and maybe that was this personality type that Caleb needed, or at least at this point in his life needs, to become the best quarterback he can be. Because if Caleb can get that ball right there is insane. That is an insane throw right there.
Yeah.
That's a second window down in between linebacker, corner, and safety on a line. It's like, that's a filthy throw. That is just a disgusting ball. Do we think Caleb is starting to come into maybe realizing, understanding what offense he's running, what the defense is doing? And do we think there's still potential massive upside for Caleb with Ben Johnson?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I mean, the guy is so talented. And I go back to that first one. He completed 10 in a row. He's taking his check downs. He's doing everything. Take the Superman cape off. Just leave it on the bench. Just go play quarterback. All right, we don't need no Supermans out here. And I think Ben's going to do that for him. And he's done it. Look at Jared Goff's career. Just took off with Ben. I think Caleb can do that same thing.
I hope so.
And they got players around him too now.
I gave up hope, D, but I gave up hope on Caleb.
I know you did. I mean,
The
talent.
GQ shit,
The-
all the
the
shit.
whole-
I'm like,
the-
man, he's falling in love with everything that isn't football right now.
Investment funds,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
whole thing.
And that matters. It does matter. Personality, leadership, in the locker room, all that shit definitely matters. When he has the talent, I said it earlier, talking about Sean McVay, like, in the National Football League, you have to kind of lead with intellect. Like, we got to know you're putting me in a better position, especially if you're a guy like Caleb Williams, who was 5-star recruit, #1 pick, all these things, has had all the answers up until this point. You got to be able to swallow your ego and say, okay, this guy's going to put me in a good position. You got to have that energy. You got to be able to communicate. It looks like Ben Johnson kind of has all those things. And then BA would know this better than I would. But the staff he has around him, too, on the defensive side of the ball, you got a former head coach, Dennis Allen. You got Al Harris on that staff, who's a great player in the league for a long time. A lot of people thought he should have probably been the defensive coordinator in Dallas before he left there to come to Chicago. And they've kind of been makeshift in that secondary and putting pieces that they didn't expect coming into the season to play big roles. So I think they're doing a good job. And the intensity factor that we get from Ben Johnson, I didn't know this when he was a coordinator at Detroit. You never see the coordinator speak and talk as much. Now you got to set that tone not only in the locker room, but when you're doing things outside the locker room, press conferences, meetings, all these different things. And it looks like the boys are buying in.
Yeah, this was a cool moment, I assume, for Ben, but also if you're a Bears fan, I think when you watch this video, the boys are all bought in. Like, this is a moment where you can find out if the boys are bought in or not. The yes, sir responses out of everything is, go back to the beginning. Can we run this with sound?
Let me tell you something, man. That's a character win right there. Yes, sir. That is a character win. And it took all 60 minutes. Yes, sir. And you know what it took? It took belief. Yes, sir. It took belief Yes, that sir. we were going to find a way. Yes, sir. Because at the end of the day, gentlemen, that was two teams that were desperate. Yes, sir. Both teams. I give them a lot of credit, man. But you know who wanted just a little bit more? Yes, sir. Chicago Bears. Yes, sir. Chicago. That's Chicago. I got a few game balls. I just see the 2 interceptions, all right? But you talk about big time tackle when we needed it. Let me get a little Kevin Byard
Hey, now, listen. Coach said it the other week. The book on this team is that if we get the game close, we was gonna lose. And what the we do today? That's the culture with, fellas. We talk about changing the culture. That's how you do it, fellas. Let's go into this bye week, man. Let's get this going, baby.
Man, we wouldn't have won that game had we not gone 4 for 4 on field goal.
Love this.
Give me that
Hey man, like I said earlier in the year, I'm inspired by all you guys. You guys are the best teammates. O-line, come through every it doesn't. It's not just me. Snap, hold, HC.
Yes,
all of us.
That's right. Gas them up. Walk them off.
All right, man. And game on the line when we needed it most. Come on. When we needed it most. We needed someone to step up to the plate. Josh Blackwell!
Come on.
That's a great culture.
Yeah.
That feels like they're bought in, AJ. Look out, NFC North. There's a new powerhouse coming from the Midway Monster.
Yeah, I certainly don't love seeing that one bit. I don't. I mean, especially like because in years past, like the Bears losing that way week 1 to the Vikings, like especially with a new coach and Caleb and everything, like you could see that thing just nosediving. Like, okay, that's all they needed to kind of tip things over. And you look at where the Packers were at week 1 and where they're at now, like. And even as like a Packers fan, just watching, you said a lot of things about Ben Johnson or whatever. Like their offense does look different. Like there'll be like 5 to 6 times a game, we'd be like, Jesus Christ, that was a great play. That was a great play. Like that does happen pretty often. So yeah, as a Packers fan, don't love seeing that, but here we go.
What does Ben Johnson do as a play caller or play designer that has made him be the belle of the ball for the last 3 off seasons in the coaching carousel?
He's had a hell of a group around him, and my man Antoine Randall, he handles a lot of trick play stuff. He actually put one in that he ran back in when he was a Steeler. We tossed him the ball. He ran the shuffle pass back.
Oh, yeah. With the Lions.
Last year.
The Lions just ran
he listens. He listens to his guys. He puts input, which when you listen and they see their plays again called, guys work harder. Coach, I got more shit for you. I got more shit for you. And he listens, he puts it all together extremely well.
What type of, is there a style in which he calls plays that makes him very good? Like some people are chess players, I guess, whenever they're calling plays. Is that Ben Johnson?
He starts with the running game. He's got a great play action game. He's got a great knack for when to throw the gadget. All right, when do you throw the flea flicker? When do you throw the reverse? When do you do the gimmick shit? Especially in Detroit, when they start throwing the linemen and throwing in the middle of a game, throwing a lateral on a short end, he pitches it back to the other. That takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of creativity too.
How about is it a feel thing?
It's a total feel thing. Yeah, I think some guys have it, some don't. Some just are computers. Computer says I do this. All right, the guys at Andy Reid, the people that have been doing it for a long time, they have a feel for the game.
Ben Johnson's fun to watch. That Bears team might be problematic, actually.
I have a question for you when it comes to these block kicks.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see a ton more fakes now, both punts and field goals, just because they're so aggressive, because there's so much success? Like, now are they going to start trying, because some of these teams are blocking. I mean, the Eagles have 3 block punts already.
Yeah, there's been 3 games, I think, decided on block kicks, literally game-winning blocks. Mm-hmm. So Greg Olsen spotlighted it on Sunday morning, which, once again, this is Greg Olsen going into detail about something that's so minor, but such a good piece of information for the people at home to have. So for field goal snaps, normally it's the holder opening his hand like this, okay? Can't move the hand forward, can't move the hand back, can't move it up, can't move it down, just has to keep it in exact space, and you're allowed to open your hand, but you're not allowed to move forward, or it's you're trying to draw them off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the Stafford thing you were talking about.
Bingo, yeah, you can't move at all. Yeah. If I was to give cadence, which I did, blues, with the hand, I would do that. I wasn't allowed to move my helmet forward whenever I was doing it. Walt Anderson, I did get people to jump off sides, and I was very proud of it. Only could do it, though, because Vinatieri could handle it back there. But you need to be going on 2. You need to be going on 3. You need to be going on 1. You need to switch that up. If they have a jump on your operation, like old buddy said that they had it on the long snapper.
Yeah, on the Raiders long snapper, they always move the ball just like an inch right before he snapped it.
So they're watching for all that. Like, even in warm-ups, other long snappers, or maybe us, are watching the other long snapper. Some guys move their fingers right before, or they readjust their fingers. All the guys that are trying to get the jump are looking for something like that, whether it's the holder, it's the snapper. Sometimes the kicker will even do something where they'll put their hand down or their head.
They all got something that is a little bit of a tell. So now they're going to have to go change that, aren't you? It's like a quarterback changing signals or trying to, hey, this is a fake, or we're going on. I'm going to open my hand 3 times. We're going to see a lot more of that, won't we?
It slows everybody down, not just the edge. It slows down the middle down too. When we would hard count at home, that is for the offensive lineman not to just get fucking steamed, because as soon as those guys just go ears back, this thing's going, and it's off. They're not even trying to block the kick. They are just spearing the offensive lineman. So, not only does it slow down the outside guys, they can't get a jump on the edge, but also in the middle, it slows them down too. So I think just switching up the cadence, which sounds so basic, but I think that's, I don't know, how do you slow people down? Isn't that how you slow people down? I think
same through that silent count with the center. People nod, they spin, they double twister. I mean, they got 5 snap counts. Peyton had 5 or 6.
Oh, yeah.
And Saturday was great at it. Hey, we're going to double twister. He'd twist his head both sides. Then,
but it makes everybody's life easier.
But now the defensive line's going, I didn't see that one yet. You could have 1 offsides. All right? Had Cincinnati done that 1 time, maybe that rest would have slowed down last night.
Yeah, talking about Ted Karras doing the head, and then they call it on him, in the entirety of it all. But it's you just got to slow him down somehow. But everybody's got to be on the same page and good. It's there's always a conversation about Aaron Rodgers is hard counts and shit. It's is he doing too much for these young guys? It's no. All these guys need to fucking figure it out. This is...
It's not hard to count to 3, brother.
Yeah, but the sounds and the inflection. I don't know how offensive linemen don't budge with how big they are.
Yeah.
And obviously some of those offensive linemen are really good at readjusting and moving while not getting the call. But D linemen being able to stunt and move and shade down, and 360 pounders aren't allowed to even budge is insane. And then for the lack of, with the sound, people moving, I think we should applaud offensive linemen for not fucking jumping off more than they do. It's they've actually gotten too good at holding their water and then jumping right before that we all think they're cheating. It's how about them not being allowed to hey, freeze, literally.
Yeah. You got Vita Vea 6 inches in front of your face too.
Don't move. What's he doing? Well, he's allowed to actually get a little running start. Yeah. He's going to start off the line, actually, and then he's going to come down. Perfect timing. Don't even think about thinking about moving your hand. Because if you just, boom, right there. He moved. He did. Yep. You fucking saw it.
Got him.
First down. And you're the biggest doofus of all time. I love that. All the little intricacies of the little game, but it does feel like special teams are starting to take over. Right. Let's stick with the Chicago Bears and wrap it up here. Ben Johnson and Aditi had a conversation coming out of halftime. This is how it went during the game.
Your offense has struggled to take advantage of those takeaways.
Yep.
Okay, so what did you tell them to get things going?
That it wasn't our brand of football. We're capable of a lot more, and so we're hitting the reset button here at halftime, and we're going to come back and establish our identity here in the second half.
So you need to change what you're doing.
I don't know. You think so? We're going to be just fine.
And they end up being just fine. Yeah. That was his message. Aditi, I think she said that it was a question or a reiteration of what he was saying, even though it might have sounded like, so you need to change what you're doing. And he said he didn't really, this was his response to it whenever he kicked off his press conference.
And, if you care to address this, I know there's been some buzz about your halftime exchange. Can you relay how you interpreted that conversation?
Yeah, in the moment, I honestly didn't think too much of it. I'm kind of in game mode. But then when I look back at it, I am a little bit disappointed with what that looks like. I didn't hear very well, and that's not an excuse. But when I thought I heard that. Not a question, but that I needed to make some changes. I didn't take that very well, so I'll do a better job with those going forward.
Yeah, I didn't like the way it was viewed. And Aditi's been around ball a long time. I assume she was not the one that was offended by the interaction. But those are tough moments to have an interview. That is especially if your team is not playing well and you want them to play well. And if it's loud and you hear somebody that has not been at your practices or in your team meetings or know anything about your team, not saying football, but just your team in general. So you need to it's like, can we do this after the game? That is almost immediately the thought. Obviously, guys that have been around a long time are much more seasoned vets in those moments. But I appreciate Ben Johnson acknowledging it, but I didn't think he had to. AJ, I didn't think he had to.
I don't think he had to. I mean, it's coming out of halftime or going into halftime, doing an interview as a coach, I think is almost impossible. So, you have so many things on your mind, I can imagine. Now, college coaches doing these interviews, the smart ones know in the back of their head, hey, I'm recruiting. Anytime I'm on camera, I'm recruiting these high school kids, these young kids watching me, or these kids I want from the transfer portal to come over. So that gives them another reason where they can almost, fake it easier, I guess, and make themselves, I don't know, just make it a little bit better.
Anytime on camera, we're selling. And for Ben Johnson, he's on camera. He's trying to answer questions about his team. Let's go to a guy who had to do a lot of these. We feel like there's a couple timings of interviews that, what are we doing? Right before the game, they'll get players now as after introductions, as game is starting 30 seconds away. They're talking to players now. That's a part of the new TV deal, I guess. And then the halftime conversations with coaches. I feel like we really never really get anything good out of that. How did you handle those? And what was your mindset as you're doing those?
Let's get this shit over with quick.
Okay. Exactly our point.
So much. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, thank God Laura Oakman, I was just ripping some official, and I was probably red as a hornet and came over. Are you okay? You okay? She was worried about me. I said, no, I'm good, honey. What do you want to know?
Yeah, you got to be able to compartmentalize, I guess. But on that note, you got a lot going on. A lot of jobs. I mean, there's a lot of things on the line for every one of these games. In the middle of the action, just stopping and dropping out and going into the real world. Because there you're talking to the fans. You're talking to the fans. You're talking to everybody. You're not talking to your team.
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of a game, which is your team's moment. It's interesting. I know the NFL wants more access, but I think some of these I think the people should be able to opt in or out of them. I think Ben Johnson should be like, nah, I don't really want to do this right now.
Yeah, I hate it. I'm a fan, just being a fan now, it's nothing, I don't want to hear from the coach. I don't want to hear from a player right before kickoff. As a fan, it's not even that engaging or entertaining. I understand we want the access. And then to BA's point, all that adrenaline. Like, you are in the middle of, and that game was a dogfight. 1 point game, came down to the last play, last kick. So, like, too much adrenaline. I can understand in that interaction how it kind of got lost in Trent. You're in the middle of a stadium, loud stadium, and she was trying to say, okay, so you need to change something up. He took it a different way. And then I also understand why he addressed it, too, because as a head coach, as a player, first of all, you're representing the organization. We know how that organization specifically is very so like
swear.
You're that, and then like you don't want to ever become a distraction. So you just own it, you say whatever you say to it, and then you move on from it. So now nobody's asking about that today or anything else of that. So I understand kind of the weight he has to bear as a head coach. But I think he handled it well. I think, to your point, Aditi will be fine. She's been in the fire
She's
for a
bald.
long time.
She
Yeah,
knows
on
bald
the field,
Aditi.
it's different being down there. So I get it, but I hate the mid-game interviews. Like,
And also, now that we know Ben Johnson a little bit, think about what he just got done doing and saying in that locker room.
Yeah.
I told him we're hitting a reset. He didn't just say, boys, we're going to hit a reset.
Yeah.
That is, that was a loud and very fucking intense reset.
Yeah. Fucking slamming his head against the locker room.
I assumed there was a reset button that was imagined in the sky.
Yeah.
And that thing was not tapped. No, that thing was fucking, we are.
Yeah. 100 fucking times.
And then he comes out and Aditi, you need to make some fucking changes. Oh, okay. Everybody has answers, huh? Okay. We'll be just that whole series of events, just thinking from Ben Johnson's angle, just like, is this real?
What'd you say to me?
Is this a real? We'll be just fine. Thanks. Happy I did the fucking interview. Roll it back. It's like, game mode, bro. That's like Luke Kuechly as a human versus game mode. It's just like, there's like a switch that actually gets flipped for some people, almost all people. Now, granted, the drastic change from one human to their competitive element of themselves versus maybe like the most, like Luke Kuechly, I think was actually the most drastic. I think he's potentially
Troy Polamalu.
Brian Dawkins.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, Troy's so
Reggie White.
soft-spoken.
Reggie White, minister.
Yeah, there's probably.
I don't know. Luke Kuechly, glasses. We're talking.
He's there too.
Oh, yeah,
He's there too.
Didn't he play like 8-man football and then he went to BC?
Yeah, just like.
Nah, he's from Cincinnati. He played
Okay,
big
so
time
full
high
11.
school
Okay,
How you
I'm
doing?
thinking wrong.
How you doing? Very nice to see you. Good to see you. Yes. Do you want to go through some physicist shit? Like that is how he is. And then on the field, full chaos. Who were some others that were
Reggie White,
Troy Polamalu.
Troy. Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
That was in between every play. He was talking to the Lord, and then all of a sudden the ball gets snapped.
Yeah.
We're everywhere.
Over the top.
Yeah. The Takeo Spikes Brian Dawkins story.
Yeah, Brian Dawkins was like when it turned to game time. Like, didn't he was one with 2 lockers, right?
I believe so.
One
Yeah.
for him and then one for like X or whatever his other alter ego. So yeah, those guys that have like alter egos, or like Josh Norman when he turned to Batman or whatever, their gimmick is. But yeah, those,
imagine them getting interviewed though. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, in the middle of
we don't need, like Ben Johnson might be that human. You know, like when he's coaching, what he is versus when he's eyes good building.
Yeah.
Remember?
This place great.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get better. I fucking hate this place. Now that
he's an intense son of a bitch.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Football sicko. Yeah. Psycho, sicko, sick fucker, whatever. He's a lunatic.
A lot of success.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You see his pregame? Smell us up?
Oh, yeah. And we knew that. Because it's bring your own smelling salts, too. So he's not leaving that at home.
No.
Of course not. Did you read smelling salts guy?
No, never.
Come on, B.A.
Coach.
Not just one time?
I didn't need it, bro. I was already up there.
Yeah, you're right. When did you get you were a consultant. It was the year whenever you weren't the head coach, but you were still there on golf cart at practice, and then you're on the sidelines during games, and you almost fought somebody.
Lattimore in New Orleans.
I got banned from the sideline after that.
I don't need any smelling salts, brother. I was a consultant. You got banned.
Marshawn Lattimore and me. Yeah.
What a good give and take, I assume. You're a good shit talker.
Oh yeah.
I assume that was a matter.
Take a lot of pride in it too.
As you should. Hey.
Amen.
As you should. As you should.
Amen.
Tone, did the public win or the sports books win this past weekend? How do we sit against them?
Sportsbooks. Once again, we saw the tweet again. 1-4 against the spread for the top 5 games. We did as a public win last night, though. Dolphins and Broncos were a good result for the public in both of those. I think it was 55 for the Dolphins and 67, 68 for the Broncos. So we got back a little bit last night.
All right, well, congrats to us. Why don't you come out here, Tone? Why don't you leave Hammer? Dahn. AJ, great. Hut. You hear that? I got a pretty good one.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. That's from down here.
You got to go deep, brother.
Yeah, down. Yeah. Who was the hut gut?
Coach Wiley.
Yeah,
right?
Bob Wiley.
Brown.
Yeah.
Wiles, yeah.
You know Wiles. Oh, yeah. How do you not know Wiles? Him on training camp. Hard Knocks. Right?
Great. So good. Yeah.
I think. There it is.
Bingo.
There it is.
Back.
Do it again, my fault. Here we go. I'm not a quarterback. Obviously, you can tell. Stretch is way overrated. Did you know World War I, World War II, all those guys that fought in that war, right? They did push-ups, jumping jacks, sit-ups, climbed the rope, and ran. But none of this fancy, okay? Right? And they won 2 world wars. 2 world wars by doing jumping jacks, push-ups, and sit-ups. 2 world wars. You think they were worried when they're running across Normandy about stretching? Are you kidding me? Shahad! Do it again, my fault.
These creatures live within football facilities.
That's O-line coach.
All around the country, okay? These creatures, these football guys, this is literally what these people are. I know 10 to 15 of them that have no idea about any world events. They have no fucking clue about what's going on Earth right now. They are in a football facility watching football film, trying to game the system so their team can win a game. And for that, we thank them. A man that was one of those guys for 47 years. B.A., thank you for another week. We appreciate you. D-Butch, great work. Talks the table, phenomenal job. In the back, great work, boys. Way to pull it all off. Big day today. Huge day today. To the Rushmore team, Talk, Bill, Dirty, Bone, Fox. Congratulations, boy. Huge launch.
Hell yeah.
Good work, boys.
Elon Musk retweeted it.
Yeah. Congratulations, gentlemen.
That's going to do numbers.
Fucking awesome.
So we'll consider that a success no matter what happens the rest of the way.
No doubt.
And on that note, it was a great fucking Rushmore on X.
Yeah. I did it.
We did it. We did good. It's a great show. It's an unbelievable show. I'm happy a lot of people are going to see it. Got another episode coming out next Tuesday. We'll obviously put out more clips. And look for the Rushmore on X account on X to be rather active. Should be a good time and a good follow. Just like tomorrow, we're going to have a great program. Schwarber's coming on.
Hell yeah.
Schwarber's going to be here.
Yeah, baseball. Oh, baseball.
AQ Shipley's going to be here.
Yeah, baseball.
Football, AQ.
Oh, right. Sorry. He lives close to Alex Bregman and Stephen Kwan. They're both playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, tonight.
So maybe he shows up wearing
He might, yeah.
baseball costume.
Yeah, he might.
He didn't. Did he play baseball?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Ate a bunch of them.
He could have.
What position did he play?
First base.
Okay.
No.
Slug.
AQ?
AQ be a catcher, brother. He's center. He'd have that thing. He wouldn't even wear one of those things.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, he might have been able
Eat
to.
all the crap.
Yeah, he probably has an absolute cannon for an arm.
He does have a good arm. He would tell you at least. You know, there's
Yeah,
a couple of those quotes out there. He's a great athlete. His dad, massive Pittsburgh Pirates fan. I assume he did not follow suit because he saw the misery his father went through for a large portion of our lives. Hey, Tony, you're a Pirates fan. Are the Pirates going to get some hitters so that Paul Skeens can be fucking throwing during super duper wild card day, like what we have today, where all the stars are performing?
No. Don Kelly's coming back, though. Salty ball.
Yeah.
You look cool today. That's good.
Paul Skeens took a long walk around Fenway Park when he came to visit. I don't know if you guys saw that.
He does it everywhere. He wants to know.
No. This one, he went underneath the monster. He went up the ladder in the monster, and he went on the seats in the monster.
He likes baseball.
That's a trifecta, baby.
He saw where Gumpy was sitting when Gumpy was posting every night of his life. There was a time there where Gumpy went to 7 straight Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, it was awesome. Talk about a guy who actually watches 162.
And he was in Indianapolis in between those games.
Yeah.
So we're going to go check out the Red Sox and then come back to Indianapolis. And then their next homestand, when's that 4 day? I'm going to go sit on a monster again and then come back. And they did it again. He was really over there, AJ. I experienced the Green Monster through Gumpy 1 week run of going to every game. beautiful seats. You're literally.
That's the best seat in sports. You're on top of the field. It's incredible.
It's baseball. Let's remember that.
I'm just saying, if any sport was played there, on top of the field is
Pretty
awesome.
close. Well, good luck to all the baseball boys. And we appreciate baseball.
Aside from that one seat for the Utah Mammoth that hangs over the ice.
That is
the only one that might be better.
How about them selling that seat as if it's, this is a shitty seat. So let's go and sell these things. I got a ticket for $14 from SeatGeek. Okay. Where am I sitting at?
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
I'm like a nightclub VIP booth over top of
Should
the
be
ice.
$25,000 for that ticket a night.
I do think it was first game. I don't think they.
I had no idea.
And then the second game, I think it did become
Good.
if I do recall. But they redid their whole shit
Oh, yeah.
overnight.
Yeah, smart. That's going to be, and the Mammoth thing. Wait till we see the Mammoth statue.
Oh, yeah.
That's
you're
coming
right.
up here soon.
You're right.
Hockey.
Yeah.
You follow hockey?
Yeah, starting real soon.
The boats had a run down there.
Oh, I had a great one, man. My man.
Stamkos?
What's his name?
Stammer?
He's gone.
Stammer's
man.
in Nashville.
Oh,
now,
you're
boys.
talking about the coach?
Vasilevsky.
Oh, Basil, the goalie.
Oh, yeah.
You know your Lightning, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Of
course.
Who's the goalie down there? Huge mids.
Vasilevsky.
No, the goalie.
That's him.
That's Vassy, baby.
No, who's the guy that hit me? Is that Tampa?
Oh, Luongo. That's Tampa Bay.
Oh,
Bobby Lou.
Pablo Luongo.
Luongo. He's
Florida.
got huge mitts.
Yeah.
I mean, his hands are gigantic. He hit me on the shoulder blade and the tit somehow. That was one.
Yeah.
That last Stanley Cup team, they were all big. Boy. They were like 6'1", 6'2". Baz like 6'5". I mean, that was a hell of a team.
I think they're pretty big boozers, too. I think they had a good time down
They
there.
had a good crew. they had a boat party. They had a boat parade.
Oh, yeah. And we
They
saw
started them.
And then you guys followed suit and said, hey, you know what? We're going to black out on these waters as well. That's what it's all about. It's sports, baby. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. B.A., any final thoughts for the team here?
Great day. Better day next week.
No risk it?
No biscuit.
Team on me, team on three. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.